5, we've got ignition. 4, 3, we've got smoke. 2, 1, we've got RIP takeoff. Hey, y'all, welcome to another live edition of the Self Love Show right here on This Ain't That Network. Tonight it's all about the Epstein Island guest list. We're going to give you a line-by-line synopsis and breakdown and do a little name dropping here. So, Shot-Town, you can kick the show off when you're ready. You guys are going to pay some bills first, so please take this time to like, share, subscribe. Show starts in 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
In entering upon this course of instruction, each of you should, so far as possible, lay aside for the time being all previous theories and beliefs. By so doing, you will be saved the trouble of trying all the way through the show to put, quote, new wine into old wineskins, end quote. Luke chapter 5, verse 37. If there's anything as we proceed which you don't understand or agree with, just let it lie passively in your mind until you have enjoyed the entire show. For many statements that would at first arouse antagonism and discussion will be cleared and easily accepted a little farther on. After the show is over, if you wish to return to your old beliefs and ways of living, you are at perfect liberty to do so. But for the time being, be willing to become as a little child, for said the Master in spiritual things, quote, except ye become as little children, ye shall in no wise enter into the kingdom of heaven, end quote. Matthew chapter 18, verse 3. If at times there seems to be repetition, please remember, the Self Love Show is a lesson, not a lecture.
We are, as they say, tangled in our anchor chain. Our financial systems are decades old. According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions. According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions. According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions.
Right.
Brother,
I'm wiping it though. I'm gonna wipe it. I'm gonna wipe it. I'm gonna say, hey.
Tori's oldest brother, between us. Tori made me at Beta. And so, he just wanted to say a few words before we let you go here.
Okay. Yeah.
Brother Thomas, thank you so much for gracing us with your appearance, man. Grateful. You expanded our nation beyond belief. It's just a wonderful thing. And we would like to present you with the Self Love Show first annual Ernest Lee Thomas Achievement Award.
Oh man.
It's apropos that you are the first recipient.
And Nope, we call it the Raj.
We're gonna call it the Raj.
Oh, I love it. Oh man.
Yeah, so we have it on order. So it's gonna come here. We're gonna show it to the show, and then myself or Tasia deliver it to you or ship it to you from there.
Thank you, brother.
And even in this instance, if I could be of service to a 9-year-old girl or a 19-year-old woman or girl who wants to be a woman, is to really remember that self-love is the best way that you can receive love. from anybody else because it's coming from you. A
Please
lot of
like, share,
times we
subscribe.
look externally for this love. We look externally for this feeling of validation and adoration and approval, and it has to come from within.
This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
Vision. Yeah, buddy. Yes, indeed. Yeah, buddy. We in the building, y'all. Another late start, you know. Can't blame nobody but myself. Welcome to the Self Love Show. And you guys, appreciate you showing up, showing out as well as always. If you guys can share this link, repost it to your social media, that'd be great. We got some great content lined up for you today. We did go down this rabbit hole and discovered some interesting stuff. So just giving you guys a little hubbub right now as I get to the right place. Stand by, please stand by. All right, there we go. Stand by, please stand by. No. What the? Stand by, that's the wrong song, Joe.
Mouthpiece included. TATN,
Ah.
TATN. Better guard your grill.
Hey guys, while we're doing Mouthpiece Included, join us on Sunday. Mouthpiece Included. Join us Sunday. We talk politics, y'all. Mouthpiece Included. You guys can actually pull up. You know what I mean? We always drop the link in the chat. And you guys can pull up. All right. But enough of this. Enough of this. Mouthpiece Included. All right.
Standing is what we represent.
That was corn.
It's the Self Luv Show. The Self
All right,
Luv
y'all.
Show. The Self Luv Show.
Welcome, welcome,
For our
welcome,
people, the Self
welcome.
Luv Show. It's the Self
Welcome.
Luv Show. It's the Self Luv Show. To expose
To
they don't equal. The Self Luv Show. The Self Luv Show.
Self
The Self
Love
Love Show. Wordsmith 9 mil. The Self Luv Show.
Right here on
The Self Love Show.
TATN,
How the story
which we
goes.
say,
It's the Self Love
this
Show.
ain't that network. Okay? This your co-host 9 Millie. And we got our other co-host, Brother Wordsmith, in the building. He's behind the scenes right now, working his magic. All praise to our ancestors. Good job, production. They're in my ear. Yeah, all praise due to the ancestors. Also to our creator, the Most High. This is base reality, in my opinion. And of course, my beloved Mama Sky. Today, we're diving into the shadows, exploring the enigmatic guest list of a notorious place that has captured the entire planet's attention. Epstein Island out there. Buckle up, because this journey takes us to a luxurious haven in the Caribbean, a place frequented by influential figures from various industries, titans. Picture this: Epstein Island, surrounded by azure waters, palm trees swaying in the breeze, and dark, dirty, perverted secrets lurking beneath the surface out there. This was Jeffrey Epstein's private island retreat, a paradise for some, a den of intrigue for many. Our focus today is the elusive guest list. Who were the individuals fortunate enough, or perhaps we should say, unfortunate enough, to step foot on this sun-kissed, perverted island? What connections did they share with Epstein? And what dark secrets were whispered behind closed doors? Today we peel back layers on that onion, revealing startling revelations. We'll explore the corridors of power where influential names intersect with scandal. From politicians to business magnates, from Hollywood elites to royalty. Each name etched into Epstein Island's history. And here's where you come in. Our phone lines are open, 424-900-6945. That number's what?
Troll free.
Again, it's 424-900-6945. That number's absolutely positively what?
Troll free.
Trolls get what?
Holes around here, homie.
We'll make you what?
Famous.
That's right. I'll be your Huckleberry.
Let's go viral.
Share your thoughts, theories, or maybe even your own personal encounters with the Epstein Island saga. Maybe you've been out here. We got some heavy hitters in the chat. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another entertaining episode of the Self Luv Show. These are lessons. They are not lectures. We're live in living color on Tuesday, February 6, 2024 at about 8:41 in the Shy. And as always, you wonderful cats can be anywhere in this magnanimous universe, but thankfully, we all chose to be here together. Bet down, what down, Chi-Town? Bet down, brother. Wordsmith, what you manifesting?
Love, 9, you know me. You know how we do in the shop. Love, what you manifesting?
Same, good brother, pure, magnificent, magnanimous. Some say tough, others say harsh, but I'll guarantee you it's self-love just the same, good brother.
No doubt.
Yes, sir. All right, man. So what's been going on in your whole neck of the shot since we last did the show?
Man, it's a lot been going on. Got many things happening on a daily basis. They need to figure out this migrant immigration situation, whatever they call it, and however they doing it. But they need to figure that out.
Your city was founded by migrants.
No, it was founded by immigrants. They came here.
Well, they called the people that were fleeing the Katrina during the big hurricane there, the tornado, whatever, hurricane. They were calling them migrants. So there's no difference between the people that were.
No, wait a minute. The people they were calling then was actually so-called citizens. So that's why it was offensive for them to call them migrants or anything of that nature.
Yeah, they started ramming it.
It's very offensive to calling these people that are,
No, go ahead.
Here.
They knew better. They knew what they were doing, but go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah. And they know what they're doing now, you know, using migrant on a group of people that it's not appropriate for. I don't necessarily know what to call them, but migrants is not, you know, immigrants. They, you know, go through a process to come in or whatever. This is not that.
This ain't that. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know, and I don't know. They call them migrants and stuff. They're saying a good portion of those now coming through the southern border out there. They're coming from China.
I don't doubt it.
Why not?
Coming from everywhere because you can get through there.
If I was an enemy nation, I'd be like, wait, what? All we gotta do is take a flight, send our spies or whatever to Tijuana, and there's a little hole in the fence, and then they're gonna put them on the bus and give them cell phones and Visa cards.
Yeah, and put them up in hotels and. Oh, but they ain't all in hotels. They're all over the police stations and everything too.
Getting them used to it. You're gonna be on the other side. I don't know why somebody. Don't get me started. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I don't have much to say else to say about it, but yeah, it's a lot of madness. A lot of madness. That's basically the point.
Absolutely. You want to house stock? What's that, bro?
Yeah, that was gonna be that announcement, baby. It's going down in the town. Y'all know what it is. Second annual Midwest Festivals. Putting it down. Save the dates. It's June 28th to 30th. Week later than last year. And it's gonna be an amazing experience. Believe you me. Last year was phenomenal. This year, it's going to be completely off the meter for sure. Believe me.
Believe you me. What exactly does that mean? Exactly.
Just understand what I'm saying is fact and it's truth. And it's gonna be going on.
You know, words change meanings. You know, you look at one edition of a dictionary, and the first meaning of it was now the second. You look at another edition, and they changing the meanings of words.
Sometimes they're the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of different language, especially like dealing with maritime law, going into court.
Mm-hmm.
Words, they don't mean what they normally mean on this side, but even just on the regular side, the words change definition and there'll be something completely different than what it was meant.
Yeah, but migrant, a person who moves from one place to another, especially in order to find work or better living conditions. So by this definition, the people fleeing Katrina, a person who moves from one place to another, especially in order to find work.
They were talking about the people on the bridge.
And this is saying a person. So you're telling me that, okay, so anybody who, you move from, Chicago to Philadelphia.
Yeah.
You're a migrant?
Yeah, that's actually a migrant. They're not talking about somebody moving from a different country.
I got what you're saying.
Yeah,
so they were correct calling us migrants.
Well, no, they were talking about the people that was on the bridge. They weren't talking about the people that left to find work.
No, and I got it wrong.
They were talking about during the storm.
And they were calling them refugees.
Oh, that's what
calling them migrants.
Yes,
that's
right.
Oh, yeah,
right.
They were calling them refugees.
Right.
Now we have to define refugee and see if that made any sense. A condition that happened. A condition of being safe or sheltered from pursuit, danger, or trouble. Okay. All right. That was what was happening.
No, they were they were left on a bridge or in the stadium to horrendous things happen.
I mean, technically it's right according to this, but I'm just saying they've never used the word that way. And then all of a sudden you see a bunch of Pookies, Ray Rays, Shaquitas, and Shaquandas,
But
just
those
trying to
people,
survive.
yeah, they were just trying to survive, but they weren't safe. They was on a bridge. They were outside. And the stadium had got filled up and they had overrun that whole thing.
Well, I just went to Webster's because the internet sucks. Webster's refugee, one that flees, but it says especially a person who flees to a foreign country or power to escape danger or persecution. And that's what I thought threw everybody off because those people weren't fleeing a foreign country to escape danger or persecution when they were using the word refugee. And that's the way
Right. So
refugee had always been used.
it sounds like they need to be using it for these people that's here. That's what they should be calling
Correct,
them.
which is how it was
Instead of
always
migrants.
correct, which is how it was always used. Self, you're right. But migrant sounds like,
It's
this country.
welcome. Everybody, come on. Everybody, come
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
Move
yeah.
on in. Come on. We got plenty for you. Not taking care of what you got already, but got plenty for you.
Well, according to Webster's, it's a person who moves regularly in order to find work, especially in harvesting crops. So, especially in harvesting crops. So they're changing to our point. To our point. Are they telling me that all those people come in here, none of them are looking for the painting jobs and the roofing work and the flooring work? None of them are looking for that. All of them are looking to harvest the crops, and that's why they're calling them migrants. Even the ones from China who are coming over here to do math. Well, I can't say they're coming over to do math. We don't know what they're doing. That's a stereotype. So,
They're coming. Whatever. I don't know where they're coming, but uh-oh.
I had some light in my eye. You know what I mean? Damn, everybody's gotten all sensitive.
Right,
They don't have any colours. Hey, I told LB, I said, me and Self Love be respectful. And then I was like, I don't be disrespectful going too hard. He's like, yeah, you do be going hard sometimes. He's like, yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's all relative. He's from a different generation.
Yeah, they're a little, kindler, gentler.
Yeah, kind of gentler.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Their respect is gentler. Yeah, you're right. Right. Yeah. But yeah, bro. I mean, I guess we should push this on. There's gonna be some confusion here because the computer is screwing me, but it's all to the love. We're making the best here. But we were looking at migrant refugees. I don't think there was anything else we had in relation to that. So I guess it's best to just push on so we can get on topic, and which happens to be the Epstein Island guest list. We're going to give you a line by line breakdown of what we can come up with. Phone lines are open. And of course, they are troll free. That number is, of course, going to be pinned in the chat. It's actually in the chat right now. What is wrong? So sit back, relax. All right. Da, da, da. So what to expect today? Quote of the day, and then our more growth and development video. And then we got tattoo tyranny. That's where we show our government interacting with the citizens and the migrants and everybody else. And we'll see. And we'll literally see if they're doing what our taxpayer dollars is paying them to do, if they're following their oath specifically. And then, of course, your mind is awful when you waste it. So we're going to give you a riddle, a dome teaser. I actually put it in the chat already. So see if you can't figure that out. If not, Self Love or Brother Wordsmith normally does. And if he doesn't, I'll see if I can't give you guys the key by the end of the show. All right. And then moving right along, we close it out with my personal favorite part of the whole shebang, and that's Wordsmith's final words, where he summarizes today's activity off the top of his dome and leaves us a treat of poetry at the end of today's show. And you guys, all poetry doesn't have to rhyme. Just remember that. All right?
What do you mean don't rhyme? What kind of poetry is this? I don't get it. If it don't rhyme, it don't make sense to me. I just Just
Sometimes they just
you can keep that. I don't.
sometimes sometimes they just be processing. Somebody tell them something.
They don't process is why they don't like it. Be like,
Because motherfucker has to be questions. I'm like, oh, poke your lips in. You asking legitimate questions like that? All right, big ups. We having fun. All right, yeah. So the self-love closes it out like that, and we definitely appreciate that. Announcements. Stop the violence. Rest in peace once again to brother Terry Woodson. He's made his transition. Happy belated birthday to my big bro Dave.
yes, sir.
That's right. Illa was on the 31st. Dave was on the 28th.
Yeah.
And my niece Davi was on the 29th. So Aunt B
27.
Yeah, we had Stace Dude popped up too, right?
Yeah, on 23rd.
Dang.
Gabby on the 30th.
Yeah, man. And man, what's 9 months before February? What month is that? April?
March. No,
May.
I think you're right. May.
Yeah. Yeah. May flowers bring February children.
January. End of January.
Yeah, January. Yeah, end of January children. Yeah, good point. Oh, okay. So yeah, I was counting to February. You're right. So technically
February is
it's the month before May.
It's definitely it's
April.
March.
May, June, July,
March,
August,
April,
September.
May. April, you're right. Because it's 2 months
April.
after my son. And I know because
my
birthday is 9 months after Valentine's Day. My birthday is.
Nice. So right. Okay, that makes sense. So April showers brings January flowers. Yeah. People be getting it in. So happy belated and birthdays to all y'all. Cycle of life. Let's keep that pushing forward. But what's to come is better than what's been. If there's anybody out there in the chat who has been on Epstein Island, maybe you were at his mansion. I mean, you could have been working. Andy Frame guy, you could have, been working with him. Got a sophisticated chat. Just because you were there, which we're gonna unpack.
Right.
Doesn't mean, so if you could have ran across with him, he could have hired you to do the sound, and you're on the lesson. Toy Wordsmith is over there. He's over there doing the sound. You know what I mean? Everybody there wasn't a pervert, is what I'm trying to say. Now, at least that's what they're saying. Okay, that's what they're saying. I wonder if Cat Williams ever went there. They probably would have invited Cat because he told them he was gonna snitch. He was like one of them guys in the interview.
No, they didn't.
No.
He looks like the dude that always talk about snitching too. That was interesting. Somebody made a joke about it.
But you're right.
Like, damn, he looks like that dude.
And it's similar little, persona too. He ain't like Cat Williams, but similar.
No, Cat Williams is like real. He's a real, rigid. The Charleston White be playing a character part of the time.
That's what he be saying,
And he say some great shit sometimes.
Yeah,
and he says some horrible shit a lot of the time.
I'm playing a character shit is something he came after they started threatening his life and he already made some money. You can't come out here and not let nobody know you playing a character and go viral over saying just the most ignorant, stupid shit ever and then say, and then start telling people you're playing a character, I mean, you can. He's obviously done it, but I'm saying that's not going to fly by me. No.
I mean, I don't want to be around him or, anything, but he says some good shit sometimes and some horrible shit most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, I mean, I know you're not a Charleston White guy. I'm just saying, though, I be hearing him. I'm playing a character. Man, you better get your ass out of here with that. Like, You know what I'm saying? That's, you know, it's just weird, man. It's like coming to somebody's backyard and being totally disrespectful at a family reunion. You know what I mean? And then
Oh,
leave.
that's not the part I think he's playing the character about. It's some other stuff that I think he's playing the character about. He's being very disrespectful. That's him. He's not. That's not the. Yeah, he's. Ain't no way that disrespectful stuff that he says and all that. I don't think that's the character part. There's some other stuff he
I
does.
mean, it's just bullshit in my mind. Go on a live interview tour and talk to people, and then later on start suggesting that you're playing a character and you're not a comedian. Now he's a comedian. Now he's on tour, so now we're supposed to accept him like, you know, like you would accept a comedian talking all that shit. And I ain't going. That's all I'm saying. I ain't got no beef with him. You know,
I don't either.
No, but I ain't going. He could tell that he can run that by somebody else. I know who's playing characters. I live in Hollywood. I know when somebody's playing a character. As far as, well, not necessarily. You don't always know. Will Smith was playing a character, possibly when he slapped.
Oh, that was.
Oh my God!
Correct.
Yeah. That motherfucker sat there. Ever didn't flinch. He leaned into it.
I mean, it was. I mean,
I'd have loved him.
Perfect form.
Hey, if he'd have been pledging,
they practiced that. I'm gonna tell you.
If you said it was a Hollywood slap, if he was pledging on the yard, boy, that guy, boy, I don't think he'd have lasted. You think he'd have lasted? Oh shit! I just got the shit.
Will Smith just slapped the shit out of me.
Oh,
this the greatest night on TV. He said it's like this the greatest night on TV or something.
Self, I wish I had seen that before I played. Oh, they had the brothers laughing. Oh shit! Torrey Smith just slapped the shit out of me. This is the greatest night in college. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Self never believed it. I think it happened personally.
I don't. I still don't.
I'll be having these discussions in the, you know, when I'm talking to people. Some of them are like you and some of them are like me. But I know when I look back on it, just the fact that he didn't naturally move at all. That I ain't never seen. I've seen that white boy do it. But
he stood there with his hands
behind his back. Yeah.
And that, you know.
But But Will was from Philly, and they said Will used to fight. And, you know, when you want to steal on somebody, when you want to smack somebody, you don't necessarily walk up on them with aggression. You just kind of walk up on them calm, like, man, I don't understand. You know, why y'all keep, you just.
I don't know anybody that stands there with their hands behind their back. I don't care. You know,
somebody slapped the shit out of a Sigma, maybe or maybe not. And, you know what I mean?
His hands wasn't behind his back, though. I mean,
he never saw it coming.
Well, that's, you know. And that may be.
And that's what I'm saying. And Will was smiling. So maybe, you know, he probably didn't know what was scripted. But I hear you. Anybody walking up to you after you just said something about his wife, you don't sit there with your hands behind your back.
The killer for me is the video of the same situation that was out before it happened. Like it almost exactly that from the slap to the, oh my God, I just got slapped the crap out of.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you about before we get on topic. Killer Mike, what's your take on him? You know, first of all, what was your take on him when he was dropping music back in the day? What was your take on Killer Mike?
Didn't know.
You didn't? You knew Killer Mike? Didn't we?
No.
Because I had thought about that too.
No.
I knew Killer Mike.
From where? From what?
Wasn't he part of?
He was in this group with this white dude.
Yeah. I remember Killer Mike. I remember Killer Mike had he was an MC. He was a decent MC. So I thought I remembered, but I thought he was part of Ghetto Boys or something. At some point.
He's from Atlanta.
Right. He
area.
sure is. He sure is. But
He's-
anyway, I didn't even know he had music out. He walked away with 3, 4
Yeah,
Grammys.
I did. I heard some of the music. I did hear some of it because I mean he got Andre 3000 to drop a verse on that album.
But that's what I'm saying, Killer Mike, man. As an
no,
MC,
lately, you know,
bro,
actually,
as a lyricist back in the day, I remember him. Go ahead.
I don't know. I
had
remember
forgot that I remember.
not even paying any attention to him till I heard him talking at one of them Black America people that had all the Farrakhan and all the people, the media people, and hearing him talk was when I first heard of Killer Mike.
Nah, but that's when I was reminded
There's
of it.
another Killer Mike. Maybe
Oh,
so.
wait,
It had
go
to
ahead.
be because
No,
it
go
had
ahead.
to be because there was somebody that's not this dude. You know what I mean? Because
Was there?
I think so. Because this dude is not that dude. I don't think so.
Because there was another dude. I'm like, I remember I was like, dude was cold, but he just.
But I don't know with who. I can't tell you with who or where.
And it seemed like that dude would be older.
Yes. That
Yes.
dude would be older.
Yes.
Now Killer Mike ain't no young dude, but he's not the age we would.
So he's not mid-40s.
I don't. Yeah, he might be mid-40s.
Killer Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he
the
might
dude.
be.
Let me see. Like I said,
Until I heard him talking on them shows,
fan
I didn't hear anything, and then I listened a little bit, and I was like, okay, yeah, nah, it's okay. But the stuff, the lately stuff, I mean, he's been built up, so I don't know what he's doing for that. But
you think he's a plant?
I don't know if he's a plant. I wouldn't say that or so, but I mean, he wins over Drake and Nas and other people that was in that category.
Yeah, I'm looking at some of his music 14 years ago. I'm looking at YouTube. 15 years one from 15 years ago. I probably wouldn't have been. That would have been 09. Yeah, maybe that's when I heard of him.
That could be.
Yeah. That probably makes more sense.
But who was he? Was that?
This was featuring T.I. Another one with Big Boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's.
So he walks off with 3, 4 Grammys. I didn't even know he had a record out and gets into a fight, allegedly. Yeah, he got arrested.
Yeah, I know he got arrested, but I didn't hear what for until.
Yeah, I didn't get the details, but apparently one of the security guards had him arrested. That's crazy. I just think it's all staged at this point.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You don't tell me this motherfucker won 4 Grammys and some fucking security guard can have him arrested. Outside of him not assaulting, but I think they said
it was an altercation. It was physical.
But why is a security guard having an altercation when somebody's got 4 Grammys?
You know,
but he's a plant.
I don't even play into the Grammys anyway, so
he's a Loma Booty. You think he's a Loma Booty?
It's hard to accept, but it's starting to look that he's made the switch. Yeah. I saw a clip.
Remember, we did the show on the Spooks. They want to control the revolution. Go ahead. You saw a clip, and he talked what?
He was talking to a young boy, and he asked him what he wanted to be, and he said president. And he told him, "You can't be president. Try for something more reasonable."
Wait, hadn't he seen the Malcolm X movie? Hadn't he read Malcolm X?
I couldn't believe what I was watching. I'm wondering if it's some fake shit or whatever.
I mean, I think he did it, but I like
it. I just wouldn't expect that from the talk that he talks. I would never expect.
I would have expected him to have read the autobiography of Malcolm X and know how that affected him. I would expect him to have at least seen the movie. I would expect I knew that before I even read the autobiography of Malcolm X, that you know what I'm trying to say, that we used to hear that, see that on TV show. You know what I'm trying to say, bro. But go ahead, have realistic dreams and all that kind of shit. That's what you talking about. That he mentoring and telling a youth that shit. Why don't you be a rapper? So if he'd have said he won 4 Grammy Awards, he'd have told him to have a realistic dream too.
I don't know, man.
Killer Mike. And they say he get the
Ace
name.
said he was with the Ghetto Boys.
Who said that?
Ace.
See? That's what I said.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I remember Killer Mike, man. It was around the same. You mentioned K-Boom. I think K-Boom and them guys was talking about Killer Mike. He wasn't nobody self that was in heavy rotation with us, but I thought I remember Killer Mike. I'm gonna have to do some more research. But let's move on. This isn't the Killer Mike show. And yeah. Grammys got rained out over here anyway, and it was pretty awful. Big ups, Ace. Big ups, bro. All right, let's see where we are here. Yes, I'm doing the best I can. All right, let's go ahead and I don't even know what's going on here. Wait a minute, what am I here? Subscribe, Terry Woodson, we did that. Quote of the day, Self. All right, enough of my yapping. Shit.
Let's quench the self-love nation's thirst.
No. Enough of my yapping. Let this guy handle his business. We're a long way from that
one.
Yeah.
No. Okay, y'all. I know we've been off the meter and a little bit off subject, but we're going to get back on it today. Epstein Island guest list. Want to unpack it. About to do what we do. Y'all know how it goes. But before that,
we got inside sources. Yeah, straight gangsterism. I used to like that song.
What year was that?
Man, that's what I'm saying. That was like, we was over in South. Well, you've been over in South. I was over in South Shore. I want to say, I don't know. It was before 09. Yep. And he used to write for the Ghetto Boys too, Self. That's what I think it came out, that he was a ghostwriter or something, and then he ended up being part of it. Yeah. That's why I was like, is this the same Killer Mike? But to your point, I forgot he existed. He could be somebody different. And then when he came out with them speeches you talking about, I thought that was my first time hearing of this guy.
Yeah.
Go from Ghetto Boys to that.
Together. Yeah.
And that's why Willie D be, I think he loves Killer Mike. He pick up to Willie D because, we might be able to get him on the show one time. Yeah, I'll be going hard. And I think that's what Bannister was talking about.
Hey, Willie D is good.
He's good. He's got great content. Yeah. But sometimes he gets into, I shouldn't say it, but I'm going to. What you said they're mad about Cat Williams about, going in on the people, like what I'm doing to Willie D. But that Willie D, but he's going away from it now, but boy, he had gotten into a thing.
He got a code that he stands by and lives on. So,
regardless of color. Yeah. And I'm not mad at him. It's his show. He got over 1 million followers. But remember, when we started, it was about that everything was just highlighting the worst of us. You know what I mean? And that's what we weren't going to necessarily hang our hats on. It's hard to avoid, but you don't want to hang your hat on it. But yeah.
We don't.
Yeah.
And, as always, we have a very important video.
Very important.
The Silverback More Growth and Development platform, which we're building the Self Love Nation off of.
The Moors.
Before that, we have the Self Love Show quote of the day. But on my own island or my own ranch, I can think the thoughts I want to think.
There you go,
I can do the work I want to do. I'm free to explore as I see fit.
You're a Klansman. Well, I mean, sympathizer.
No way, shape, or form. Choctaw, bitch.
It depends on what clan we're talking about. You know what I mean?
I'm not
There's a
part
lot
of
of
any
clans.
clan.
All right.
But on my own island or on my own ranch, I can think the thoughts I want to think. I can do the work I want to do. I'm free to explore as I see fit. Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah. That's what he thought up.
Yeah.
Was he right? Well, we're going to unpack that because you were talking about that being in international waters. I mean, was he right?
Yeah, he is. There's sovereign land, but
Yeah.
not. It's still some international whatever. But
He should have just
it
built
doesn't
it.
cover that.
He should have just built it in Oklahoma.
Are you sharing or something? Because I can't.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, he should have built it in Oklahoma, Self.
No, you can't do it there.
The age of consent is 15.
They like younger than that.
Well, and you can't blackmail them either if they haven't. Well, you can. You still can. Shit. Like Bill Gates.
Silverback More Growth and Development Platform. Number 1, repair our nation via reparations. We demand our silver back. Number 2, to connect our breadwinners with our activists. And 3, show an accurate depiction of African American Chi-Town. 4, to shine a light on positive influences. 5, heal our community one person at a time. 6, to provide an unfiltered platform for our influencers. 7, recycle the black dollar. 8, to provide mentors for the mentorless. 9, to close the gap between us and our pink kinsmen.
And number 10, protect ourselves by any means necessary, are women, children, and men.
Facts. And you guys, there's a poll on TATN right now. If y'all can check it out. Poll question: Jeffrey Epstein, ... was a U.S. operative, worked for the elite, i.e. the Illuminati, or was a sick, weird lone wolf, was an innocent patsy, or Jeffrey Epstein is alive? That's the poll question, and we'd hope to hear from you guys. Chime in on that poll. Yeah, Self. So last week, man, we broke down oh, Jesus. We broke down the life and death of PRE, Young Dolph.
Man, I learned a lot. Hey, if you want to learn a lot about the Young Dolph situation, check it out. Check it out.
Hey, he came, he saw, you know what I mean? He kicked ass. But yeah, check it out, y'all. And please like, share, subscribe, and rest in peace to Dolph. Condolences to his family. All right. So yeah, man, we've been dealing with this LA storm, but there's no time for banter. We've already bantered. It's supposed to be moving away back down towards San Diego tonight, Self, so we should be good, man. Cool. Just a little rain. Everybody's running around, with their panties in a bunch, just a little rain. But did you see, young fella, did you see, we're talking about migrant brutality?
Not sure.
Oh yeah, we had some migrant lives matter out. Yeah, say his name. Hey, you guys, this is fair use and to NBC Big Ups Education.
This is the moment last May that changed everything for the two men involved.
He
Sergeant
speaks
Michael
gibberish
Kunovich
language. You'll
stopped
see.
Guatemalan farm worker Virgilio Aguilar Mendez for, quote, suspicious behavior outside a motel where he was staying in St. Augustine, Florida. After a struggle to arrest Aguilar Mendez, who tried to flee, according to law enforcement, Sergeant Kunovich went into cardiac arrest and died a short time later. Florida's state attorney's office is now charging Aguilar Mendez with aggravated manslaughter of an officer, and he's facing 30 years in prison.
Our client,
I knew you'd love this.
rights were violated. He was
about his constitutional rights, so.
A victim of racial profiling.
Now his attorney is demanding all charges be dropped, or he says they'll sue in federal court.
He was eating outside. He had also been planning on going towards the gas station to get a bottle of soda.
He was loitering, so
Given
shit.
NBC News by Aguilar Mendez.
Treated them like slaves back in the
how the
day.
encounter unfolded. You can hear Aguilar Mendez saying multiple times that he doesn't speak English.
Don't walk away from me. No, sorry. Don't pull away from me.
Sergeant Kunovich continues yelling commands to him in English.
Right,
and
Ace,
Aguilar
Sergeant
Mendez
Kunovich. You
appears
can't
to
make this
pull
up.
away. Kunovich tries to search him.
Get on the ground.
The struggle continues and another officer arrives.
No, familia.
These next images are disturbing.
I'm gonna tase you.
Another officer putting his hand on Aguilar Mendez's throat, throwing him to the ground.
Put your hands.
All that for doing nothing. He was doing nothing.
And while he's down, with Aguilar Mendez repeating that he doesn't understand.
Sorry, no speak English.
He ends up tased multiple times, with officers
That
tackling him.
motherfucker say no speak English. They tasing the shit out that
And
motherfucker.
also appears to place his knee on Aguilar Mendez's torso. After Aguilar Mendez was in handcuffs, officers found what appeared to be a small pocket knife, which his attorney says he uses for cutting melons.
Aguilar immediately told the officer he didn't understand English. His
Small
native
pocket
language is ma'am, which is an ancient indigenous
Ma'am.
language.
He
in
speak
Guatemala.
ma'am.
At the end of the body cam video, Kunovich's breathing appears labored, and a colleague asks if he's okay before he was taken to a hospital where he was later pronounced dead.
Look at
St.
that.
John's County
They
medical
charging
examiner
him with
determining
this?
Sergeant Kunovich
Murder.
died from an irregular heartbeat caused by the hardening of his arteries, along with high blood pressure and heart
Manslaughter or
disease.
something,
The
but it's
report
still
also said,
egregious.
quote, physical
There shouldn't be
exertion
none of that. This
Nothing
dude,
at all.
while apprehending
hardening
a
of arteries, he ate too much steak.
his death.
Even if Kunovich hadn't, as you said, tragically died from this, would you still think that Virgilio would have a civil rights case to pursue?
I do, because his constitutional rights to be free from unreasonable search and seizures, which apply not only to citizens but persons. The Constitution is very clear. It says persons, not citizens.
Aguilar Mendez
Once they
is
get over here, they get all the rights, even though they don't know them.
in immigration court. The St. John County Sheriff's Office has not returned NBC's request for comment,
This is
and Florida State
ridiculous.
Attorney's Office
Pause it
saying
right quick.
they don't comment on pending cases.
They don't
Ultimately,
comment on pending cases.
Sergeant
They do that shit all the time when they looking for suspects and shit. But, turn the camera on. Yeah. Well, right here, just as we're unpacking, I find it really interesting that, okay, so here's the deal. If anyone who comes to America has the rights of the Constitution, right? Whether you're flying here, you're visiting, seems to make sense. Whether you're a migrant, immigrant, you're here legally or illegally, quote unquote, illegally, you have the rights of a U.S. citizen. Then if you don't know your rights, you know, you could be born here as an American, you might be black, or you might think you're some sort of sovereign citizen or whatever. You might be calling yourself Choctaw, you know what I mean? You don't want to follow the maritime laws, whatever it is, whatever your bag is, bro. You better know your rights, because if you don't know your rights, you don't have any rights. You don't, like, what I'm saying is, like,
he didn't even know the language, so shit.
That's what I'm
rights
saying.
is out the door.
That's what I'm saying. And we barely, to your, like, the maritime, we don't know these terms. Like we're talking about, we don't.
Yeah.
So, and that's why they're able to bully us. But now, since we've been getting smarter, you got the big Nick South Floridas of the world, more people are challenging them in courts. Now look what they're doing. They're sliding down to the lower rung and they find somebody to speak ma'am.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's an indigenous language, Self. He's probably part of your nation, probably one of your ancestors.
Guatemala is, part of the Americas.
You could play it. Yeah, he could be Choctaw, some sort of spinoff. Huh?
Probably not Choctaw, but cousins.
Yeah, because he learned Spanish. Like Spanish ain't his indigenous tongue. Go ahead though, because they're gonna explain more about his personality and why it all went wrong.
Michael Kunovich succumbed basically to some medical issues that actually were induced by the struggle with our subject.
After 7 months in custody, a judge last month ruled Aguilar Mendez to be incompetent, something that typically happens due to mental health. But his attorney says it's so he can have time to understand the charges and the U.S. legal system, adding he only has a 6th grade education in Spanish, which is his second language.
To charge our client with his death is outrageous, and it's just not supported by the law.
Stephen Romo joins us now in studio. So, Stephen, what happens next here? How likely is it that these manslaughter charges will be dropped? And what are experts telling you about the strength of this case?
Well, today was the deadline the attorney set for those charges to be dropped before deciding to file that civil rights lawsuit. So it seems like that is the next step.
He should be founded anyway.
Our legal expert, Denny Savallo, is telling me it's likely the defense will try to show that the deputy had a heart condition that preceded this event with the suspect. But that will happen once the court case actually takes place. But for right now, Aguilar Mendez
That
is in
don't matter
limbo
at
because he's been
all.
found
I mean,
unfit to stand trial at the moment.
So the sheriff
You can't prove
involved in
that he
this in
died
St.
as a
Johns County
result
is
of the
running for
goddamn
re-election.
interaction.
What has the reaction been to him, to that?
Or that he
and this
wouldn't have died running down the block
We
an
have
hour
here
later.
NBC tried to reach out to the
Totally.
sheriff's office and get comment, as have other outlets.
Or in
and
his
they've not really
sleep.
spoken much at all since right after this incident occurred way back in May. So we would like more information about that. He is running for re-election, and many of the people in the community are supporting the deputy's family, holding fundraisers for them. So there is a lot of support. But since the video, the body cam video has been released, there's a lot of attention on this from immigrant rights groups saying that there was not decided suspicious behavior for the stop to begin with, something many people are asking the sheriff and the sheriff's office to answer for.
Stephen Romo, thank you.
Thanks for
He
watching.
hadn't committed any crime. He wasn't,
on the NBC News app.
dude was just jacking him up and died.
Yeah.
Like, rest his soul. But, bro, if that ain't the case, you know what I mean? Man, can you
Yeah.
imagine yourself if some pig was trying to jack you up and then had a heart attack right there? Now, I know CPR. Now, do I? Am I obligated to,
No, that's for them to do. I mean, it was more than just him there. So, you know what I mean?
I'm saying if it's just me, it had a heart attack,
Yeah.
I'm hopping in the whip and driving off probably. God forgive me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. Depends how much interaction he said into the.
Oh, as far as the driving off part. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, it's already in there. So yeah, I wouldn't drive off. I'm just talking shit. But I'm a trained certified CPR and I'm not doing any of that. That guy was just made a U-turn and stopped me for no reason and was starting that bullshit and tased, like A said, malicious prosecution of a non-pink, tased the crap out of my man. They had their knee on his back and tasing him. Yeah. Still doing
Part
that.
of it.
Yeah, the news don't even talk about that, bro. And it was an illegal stop.
Yeah, and he said over and over he didn't understand what the fuck they was talking about.
So at what point don't you get a Spanish speaking? You tell me they don't have no Spanish speaking officers in that?
I'm saying, and the guy that came up, the second guy that came up, he definitely didn't have no, and he just grabbed him by the throat and slammed him to the ground.
Listen, it's not my fault. This guy could have, in condolences to 12's family, that he could have had a booger sugar habit. We don't know if he was on a bender or if he was doing meth. There's so many factors involved. Now, I hate to sound like the way they talked about when Rodney King died from having a knee on his neck for 9 minutes. That wasn't Rodney King, pardon me. George Floyd.
Yeah.
Rest his soul. And Rodney King's too. You know what I mean? So they do that. So, not your friends in the Klan, but can I come here and say, well, maybe he was doing, maybe we should do a toxicology and check him for fentanyl. Is that intensity?
Maybe, but who cares?
Wait till the toxicology report come back before we can charge this guy with, nonsense.
They shouldn't be charging him with nonsense anyway. No way should he be charged. You instigated the whole situation.
Thank you. Now, let me ask you this, and we'll move on. Had he shot someone or literally was in the act of committing a crime and 12 rolled up on him and then he took off running and 12 chased him down and, and then he had a heart attack, I think possibly I might be on the jury like, yeah, I might want to charge that little SOB.
I mean, that's a thing. Like
maybe
even if you're with somebody
and
they shoot somebody, you get charged with the murder. Or even if you're with somebody and the police kill,
right,
you get charged with that murder.
But this is unprecedented.
Yes, because he didn't do a damn thing. Nobody did anything, but he was accosted and assaulted, and he gets charged with a murder.
And the cop was the one with the high blood pressure, apparently, and that's why he was not de-escalating.
Or it wasn't murder; it was a manslaughter. Which is still egregious.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's what they're making it sound like he was in the act of committing a crime versus the cop.
Sitting there eating outside.
Yeah, but that's what they're saying though, that he was resisting arrest, and that was the crime he committed against the cop, forcing the cop to do his job that he apparently wasn't in shape to do his own job, right?
Yeah, I mean, if there's nothing that he did, resisting arrest is not a charge. If you don't have something before that, then that's not a charge.
Now, if you told me they were fighting and my man punched him in his chest or something like that, and then he had a heart attack. Oh, yeah.
Assaulted him.
Yeah, they were wrestling and
any way, shape, or form. Besides, I don't understand English and wrestling away.
I want to hear the whole tape because I guarantee you the cops thought he was calling him ma'am. Sir, I don't understand. No offense there, ma'am. Will you speak, ma'am? You know what I mean? I'm sir. You call me sir. You know what I mean? No comprende, ma'am. No comprende, ma'am. No comprende. I tell you what, boy, that's a who's on first. I got to start writing this shit. All right, here we go. Yeah, all right, we're gonna move past that. So, was that tyranny? Is this tyranny?
Yes, absolutely, positively. Double tyranny because got somebody don't even know what you're talking about.
And so you guys don't think we're some sort of racist, which I don't think black people could be. Me and LB got into a big discussion about that over the weekend. But as you guys can see, we started the show talking about migrants and immigrants and defining it all snap. Okay. Tyranny is what? Tyranny is tyranny.
Yes, period.
Yeah. We don't like tyranny. Yeah.
At all.
No.
Should not be a part of our nation.
Correct. The dude did nothing. All right. And then you know what they're going to do? Dig all into his background and everything. But we got one more, Self. This is the one I tried to run last year. And, the Epstein list, you guys will see. We'll be able to wrap that up. We got one more. Here you go, Self. Mom of the year. Yeah. This is the mother of the year.
This mom is in serious trouble today, accused of leaving her 7-year-old daughter in her car while she went drinking. Police say the little girl was left in the parking lot around midnight. 3 hours later, at 3 in the morning, the child got out and went into the bar looking for her mom. It was closing time, and the staff called the cops.
We had a little girl come to my establishment looking for her mommy. We don't know where she belongs.
So we've gotten a little girl inside.
They gave her ice cream until cops arrived just outside Orlando.
Where's your mommy at? You don't know? You said you walked from your car.
Yeah, because I fell asleep and then she hasn't been there ever since. My mom said it wasn't being long and then she just hasn't came back.
None
As
of
she
this is
holds a
admissible.
stranger's hand, she shows police the car and wonders where her mother is.
She can maybe be in any of these buildings. She walked up
My
to
kid has no
one
idea
that
what he's
I
talking
can't see
about.
where because she turned the lights off.
Listen as she describes what her mother is wearing.
She was wearing a long sleeve shirt and then she wore some shorts.
Dressed like a
And
hoochie.
here she is, 35-year-old Veronica Elliott.
Yeah.
It was 6:30 a.m. before she appeared out of nowhere in the parking lot. She's barefoot and covered in dirt, and cops say under the influence.
You realize it's 6:30 in the morning, right?
I do know.
barefoot,
realize
covered in
that
dirt. She probably got
your
assaulted.
daughter, 7?
Yes.
7 years old, has been by herself with us for 4?
No.
For 4 hours?
The officer can't believe it.
What on God's green earth were you doing that your daughter is here by herself at 7 years old, where she's terrified and goes into the bar,
I don't answer questions.
asks random bar people to help and call the police?
I have no idea. I'm sorry.
Sorry ain't gonna cut it.
She was
I don't
charged
answer
with
questions.
child neglect.
All right, there you go. Mom of the year.
Ooh-wee.
She needs help. There's an alcohol issue there, but yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I can't. That's they taking that child. That child is about to go.
No. There you go. Making your assumptions. I'm always asking, where's the daddy? You can't take that child if there's a functional daddy around.
Yeah,
but I hear you. The assumption is there isn't, but who knows? And this is bad TV and bad journalism. We live in a world where the concept of, and we reached out to his father, to the baby's father for comment, and the baby's father refuses, you know what I mean? That the journalism integrity is there because these are unanswered questions.
Well, just from my perspective, that wasn't the first time she left her child in the car.
Oh,
so
it was just the first time she passed out somewhere or whatever happened.
And the
Yeah.
child had to go kind of fend for himself. But I think the child has been on her own way more than that.
Yeah, because it looked like she passed out, didn't it? They said she had dirt on her, but she could have been assaulted. The cops didn't even care about that.
They asked her where she was at, and she couldn't tell them.
She didn't know.
Or didn't want to tell them. I don't,
Somebody
seemed
could
like
have
she
slipped her a
couldn't tell
Mickey, man. And you know what I mean? That's how she was acting. That she was acting like, you know what I mean? Like
I know now.
Yep.
It's
more's gonna come out of that story.
Yeah, because it seemed like if there was a father, in the picture, he would have that child, because that's not like the first time that's going on.
Yeah, you mean a functional father too?
Yes, be able to say, "Oh, you're really messing up right now. Let me get my daughter."
Or
And
you want to, or whenever you want to go out and party, let me know. I'll come grab the baby. Right.
And she had the wherewithal to go in there or whatever. I don't know. She thinks she might have the wherewithal to call the father. You know what I'm saying? If they with her for 4 hours or something, she may or may not know the number. I mean, 7 years old is kind of young.
Yeah, but like to your point though, if there is no father or viable family member, they're taking that child because, oh my Lord.
Yes. That's
Oh,
terrible.
My Lord.
6 a.m.
I tell you what, if that was Shaquita, that'd be all over the news, wouldn't it, Tell?
Oh man.
Yeah. Shaquita, Coach would be, she don't pay her taxes. Coach would be on her ass if that was Shaquita. Out there leaving that baby out there, man. You don't care about they don't care about the baby. They care about their political agenda. You know what I mean? All right, but the topic, the Epstein Island guest list, a line-by-line breakdown. Okay, that's what we got going on here today. Here's our dome teaser. We got Ace in the building. I'll tell you what, Ace, Wakil, L, I'm gonna rank them in order. Wordsmith's number 1. I'm just talking about as a riddler. I'll tell you what, Ace and Wakil, man. They're tied for second. And what's her name, Self? I haven't seen her in a while. Since you got that new TV. Yeah.
It's
her.
It's real.
Yeah, Sharuka.
Sharuka,
She's
yeah.
3. Yeah. She's 3rd. Yeah. But I don't know, man. They both good, bro. Between those two. But the dome teaser has already been typed in the chat. I am taken from a mine and shut up in a wooden case from which I am never released. And yet I am used by almost every person. What am I? Hmm? Yeah. Am I? Looks like Self typed something in here already. Let's see here. That's not son of a gun. Let's see here. Oh, no, that wasn't the answer. All right. Well, first guess, Self is wrong. All right, but enough of the appetizers. We're gonna go ahead and quench the Self Love Nation's thirst. You guys have all show to matriculate the answer to the dome teaser and the riddle. Type in your guesses into the chat. We'll let you know if you're right or wrong. I'll give you the response by the end of the show if you haven't figured it out by then. All right. All right. So now the list. All right, you guys, we're making our list and we're checking it twice. All right. We're making our list and we're checking it twice. Before we do the big reveal of the Epstein Island list, we wanted to discuss a little bit of background information about Jeffrey Epstein. Is it Epstein? 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 Is it Epstein or Epstein? But we want to give you some background information about Jeffrey Epstein. I think you'll find this pretty interesting. I'm sure some of you guys have watched some of the same documentaries I've watched. Maybe you haven't. But I found it fascinating how he got to be where he got. I'm like, how? It's almost like he was put there. They say this person's rich, and you assume, yeah, he pulled himself up by his bootstraps, and he did. I think well, we'll get there. But he's known as a sex offender. He was registered, born and raised in New York City. Is it Epstein or Epstein? So
Epstein.
You think he's a Hebrew?
No, he's Jewish.
So he began his professional life by teaching at the Dalton School, right? It was a private school, like for rich kids, despite lacking a college degree. You talk about privilege. You talk about this is how they wouldn't even let us coach the girls' basketball team at that time because we didn't have degrees. At shithole high school, you know what I mean? Which was going to remain nameless since I said shithole high school. It's actually a good school. It
is a good school.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm pissed right now.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the frustration because it was frustrating.
And it was a state championship waiting to happen. Well, once Camille blew her ankle out, though, that was heartbreaking. Her knee, she put so much work in it. Oh, she put so much work in it. That was heartbreaking, man. That broke my heart. But anyway, so despite having a college degree, now they just neatly says after his dismissal from the school in 1976, but no, he wasn't just dismissed. He was already having some improper relationships with the 14, 15-year-old students. Oh, yeah, and that's why they let him go. Now, you got to remember, he was released in 1976. This is a time when, Sandusky, the Catholic Church, the penal system, this is a time when, you know what I mean?
Free fall.
Yeah, this is pre #Me Too, well before any of it.
I mean, 30 years before Me
Too.
Too.
So they'd be like, you monkey wrapped? I should call the police, but if you get out of my office, if you don't get out of here, I'm going to call the police. You know what I mean? And it'd be evidence. You mean, you're fired. You're lucky we don't call the police on you.
Right.
You're letting him go, and he did that to that boy in the back. You know what I mean? Yeah, that was in different times. Unless there was some sort of color. Now, if there was some sort of colored, even in 1976, they would have found a way to, but these were pinks.
At the school or whatever, yes.
Well, because they were
families.
pinks. Because they were pinks.
No, families allowed it within families.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But no. I'm talking about in this scenario.
Oh,
if
no,
that
this
was
scenario.
If that was a black guy at a pink school.
Life.
In 1976.
Life. It might be death. I mean, they might have killed him.
Yeah. Just for dating him. And he'd have been innocent probably. But that all being said, that blew my mind. And they're leaving it out on this Wikipedia article. And I just knew that from watching a documentary. Now, he had an elite social circle. And procured many women and children. And so he started meeting them through working at that school. So fancy this. Fancy this. So if you leave University of Illinois, you got some sort of swagger. You know what I mean? You stammer across some fancy, dancy, schmancy private school somewhere. Oh, yeah, we'll hire you. You're hired. You're teaching. You know what I mean? You don't have the spirit that he has. But he's
I
like
know
20.
somebody close to us that left the university and was working a job.
Sure.
Didn't have his degree.
Sure.
The job felt that he had the degree, and he was working on.
How long was he able to milk that?
Until he had the degree. He had that job. It
Oh,
was in
okay.
corporate America. It wasn't
Right.
a teaching position,
Right.
which is much more dealing with children or whatever. But I'm just saying, we know somebody finessed the job, and the job thought that they had a degree because they hired him before he finished. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm
during
saying
his
as far
senior
as
year.
Yeah, but you come out of college, you're a young man, you're 21, you get hired at a fancy private school, getting paid like somebody with a degree. Now you're rubbing elbows, not just with the students, but you're rubbing elbows with their parents. Their parents are going to assume you've earned a what?
Degree. Because you're working as a teacher.
Yeah, they didn't put him as a gym teacher or nothing like that. No, he was teaching I think it was history.
Don't even matter what he's teaching. I mean, if you're teaching on
He doesn't have the
level,
certifications. Yeah.
right? But it probably was no certification for that in 76.
76 at a private school.
That's what it.
Yeah.
He's right.
There was nothing over oversight. They could have hired whoever they wanted.
Whoever.
And they wouldn't have hired your black ass. That's what.
Oh no, not at that school. 100%.
I'm sure some black guy sat there with 2 degrees, a master's, and I got my first PhD from. And I got my second history. And they hired who?
The guy with no degree.
Yeah,
you know,
he interviewed
that's just
better.
the whole thing. Even now,
they interviewed better.
A high school graduate.
High school
of that measure.
One of our guests had multiple degrees.
Makes more than the highest level, a doctorate.
Well, you remember one of our guests, highest level degrees, multiple degrees from good universities, working for Monsanto, and they had some schmuck working there with no degree. You know, happened to be pink or white, happened to be white, and was getting paid higher bonuses and higher salary than this other person that was doing all the work and had all the knowledge.
Yeah.
Now, was it because she was a female, or you think it's because she was some sort of color?
Both.
Remember, we asked her that too.
And that's why she was there too, because of both.
Because they knew then that they can pay her that low thing with the money they saved. They could pay and you know.
No, it's Monsanto. They can pay whatever.
You guys gonna make me want to start a business, and I mean, just so I can hire people and underpay them. And then hire Tori's son. Yeah. He's a junior in high school. He's making 5 times as much as me. Yep. You know what I mean?
You graduate from 8th grade this year in May. I can't wait to be there.
He's in 8th grade? Yeah. He's hired. He's your boss.
Yeah. And that man, he could. He could lead a situation.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But again, he could. But
no.
They be having morons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Complete morons.
Who can't graduate, high school or college if they tried. But all right. So we did the shows. Well, we didn't do the show's purpose, but we skipped past that. We were into his early life, and that's what we were discussing. So so he was raised in New York City. What didn't have a silver spoon. His name was Jeffrey Edward Epstein.
Brooklyn.
Listen to this guy. It's New York City. What do you think? Brooklyn is you think Brooklyn's a borough of New York City?
No doubt, but it's more specific.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, and it does say more. You're right. It does say more as to his upbringing. That's a good point. So, yeah, damn good point. So, he actually got dismissed from the school self, and then he entered the banking and finance sector, working at Bear Stearns after being fired for, allegedly monkey rapping young girls at the private school.
So I'm not. It's
a spook.
Yeah, if he's not a spook, he's just part of one of them families. Either or, I said he is like.
I thought Katy Perry
plant of the elite. That's what I was thinking.
I thought Katy Perry was trailer trash, gone commercial because she was doing the country music, and I come to find out, no, her parents were rich.
Man,
rich.
Almost all of the entertainers were set up.
Yeah,
Drake wasn't poor.
No,
you know what I mean.
And they have somebody who can buy their music on that first album and make it look like their numbers are good. Now, I'm saying they're not talented. Not saying they haven't developed a talent. Who else? Bono. They said Bono was like that. His people were rich. Now, his people were one of the families. I don't know which one, but he's one of the families. Bono.
The one that's Super Bowl bound right now. Taylor Swift.
That's the one I was trying to say. Taylor Swift. I thought she was trailer trash.
No.
And turned out she comes from wealth.
They're all set up.
He said,
that's how they get so involved so early.
Moonshine. He said Deuce is coming out this year. We said at 13.
Yeah, that would be me. His birthday, yeah.
Oh yeah, we can hire Deuce to run the whole company, and then add a pink guys there, self with the 2-3 degrees, getting paid, but they wouldn't do it because they could go to numerous companies and get what they're worth.
Should have held Deuce back so he could be a year more advanced.
I tried to tell him that.
That's what happened to me.
Happened to me too. I tried to tell him.
Yeah, my son, it didn't happen too. So we're gonna see.
Try to tell him, but but then again, on the flip side, some kids, there's
like us. I mean,
but it just would have made them a little more dominant. That's all. Didn't it hurt? Another year of what?
Experience.
Yeah, life experience and practice
and domination. Because Deuce ain't no slouch already. So you know what I mean.
So you can imagine.
Yes,
that
extra year over them. Yes. Oh my God.
Yeah, have Deuce flunk out his classes, Ace.
No.
You can do it, Ace. Yeah, there we go.
That's what the Irvins used to do.
Yeah. You can you don't have to let him mess up his file. You can just sit him out of here. You know what I mean? Tell him you're traveling over to Europe. Whole time you're just over on 72nd and Narragansett and telling the kids you can't go outside because we don't want the Board of Education to see you. You know what I mean? We slaves, we don't know what's really going on. So we tell our kids just, you can't go outside because they see you. You know what I mean? We like shit, ignorant shit. In 2005, police in Palm Beach began investigating Epstein after a parent reported that he had sexually abused her 14-year-old daughter. Federal officials had identified 36 girls, some as young as 14 years old, who Epstein allegedly had sexually abused. And we're getting there, but you're right. He was born in Brooklyn. His parents, Pauline Paula Stolovsky and Seymour George Epstein, were Jewish and had married in 1952, shortly before he was born. Sounds like she was already pregnant. Pauline, Pauline worked and her dad probably put a shotgun in his head and told him, "Shit, you got this family fucked up." Pauline worked as a school aide and was a homemaker. Okay, so she was a wonderful mother and homemaker and had a full-time job. Seymour worked for the NYC Department of Parks and Recreation as a groundskeeper and gardener. So, Jeffrey was the older of two siblings. He and his brother Mark grew up in the working class neighborhood of Seagate, a private gated community in
The
Coney Island.
70s, man, the unions and all of that, you could make from
Correct.
that, you could have
Correct.
a very, very good.
Correct.
There was no gutter living from
Correct.
that.
Correct. You're right. I remember that. Even when Daly was running things, man, we was living good. My
Man.
mom was telling me, yeah, when the machine is up and running, and yeah.
And they purposely took the manufacturing jobs and all the making of everything away from here. It was purposeful.
Of course. It's a shell game.
Yeah.
They go across the world, sucking up resources from the people who live in that area, until all the resources are gone, and then they keep moving around. And that's why we're looking to, colonize Mars, because we want to just go from place to place and suck up the resources. Any people that are already there will lie and say they weren't there, or, any
That's
entity.
also why they would lie about the other places that are on this plane outside of the ice wall.
The firmament. Oh, the ice wall.
Yeah.
The ice wall. So Epstein was referred to as Bear by his parents. We don't care. He attended public schools. Okay. Usually earned money by tutoring classmates. So that's where I guess he had a natural wanted to teach. They called him sweet and generous, although he's quiet and nerdy. His homeboys called him Epi. He was just an average boy, very smart in math, slightly fat, freckles, always smiling, a female friend later said. He attended the National Music Camp in 1967. He began playing the piano when he was 5 and was regarded as a talented musician by his friends. He graduated in 1969 from Lafayette High School at age 16. So he's about Raynard's age, having skipped 2 grades. Later that year, he attended advanced math classes at Cooper Union until he changed colleges in 1971. He attended Courant Institute of Mathematical Sciences at New York University, studying mathematical physiology, but left without receiving a degree in 1974. That's it.
Sounds about right. He was good at tutoring, so let him teach.
Yeah, and so he was good at that math, and so that's what he was teaching over there. It wasn't history. He was teaching physics and math over there at that school he was at.
Yeah.
Yep. Epstein, yep, no credentials, but he was known for having charisma and treating his students more like friends than their teacher. That don't surprise me
at all.
He allegedly showed inappropriate behavior towards underage students at the time, paying them too much attention and even showing up to parties where they were drinking, according to former students. Other former students also saw him flirting with female students. Eventually, Epstein became acquainted with Alan Greenberg, the chief executive officer of Bear Stearns, whose son and daughter, just what I said, were attending the school.
Yeah.
He was a con man. Greenberg's daughter, Lynn Keppel, pointed to a parent-teacher conference where Epstein influenced another Dalton parent into advocating for him to Greenberg. Brilliant.
Yeah.
I would have never thought about that. So, right, we're rubbing elbows, and that's the person you want to, ultimately get on the show. So you get somebody else and be like, man, can you, yeah. Yeah.
Tell them,
Talk
you
me
know,
up.
let me
Talk
yeah,
yourself.
talk
Talk
me
up.
up so I can go ahead.
Yeah, I'll do it. You know what I mean? Especially if they've been, yeah.
And then he started taping the interactions so he could have compromising
Correct.
information.
Correct. You're right. And then they had to give him money. He probably was starting that. Well, Greenberg's daughter, Lynn Keppel, pointed to her parents. Okay, that was his daughter. I wonder if he was doing his daughter. And Epstein was dismissed. In June 76, they said he was dismissed for poor performance, but I bet you it had to do with him being too close.
Inappropriate,
Yeah,
inappropriate behavior
with the girls. You know what I mean? You're at the parties with the students and hanging out with the chicks and drinking. Come on, man. He swiftly moved up, became an options trader. So he went to the banking, financial consulting. So he got in that world that the booger should have started. And oh man, he was good in math, so he was probably able to make sense out of all of that. But let's go ahead and
the more we look at it, the more it look like plant.
It does sound like a plant. I can't even front.
Yeah.
And you guys make sure y'all do that poll question right quick. Y'all know what me and Self Love gonna do right quick. So we can come back and wrap up the show.
Halftime, y'all know what it means. The Epstein dude was a fiend. And we talked about his early life and where he began. Ultimately, in the second half, we're going to expand and talk about where he ends. But in the meanwhile, got some great videos for you to check out. We'll be right back at you. You still got something going? Cause it ain't letting me.
My bad.
All good.
Why did you decide to use hip hop or music as a vehicle?
I could say my uncle, Parrish, he had to turn, that's his age group, the turntables, the B-boys, you feel me, he a little older than me. So they was doing that in the rooms, man. And I was like, I was intrigued by that, man, watching Rap City every Saturday over my grandma's house. My other uncle, Robert Morrison, he got a Grammy, bro. He's a producer, bro. He's like a house producer, bro, R&B. So he did a lot of stuff with like Maurice Joshua, all them house cats, man. He got a Grammy for that. So that was a part of me, man. Music in my family, bro. Like my great grandma was a poet, so it came from that, And my uncles, my pops, they had like they was like the Jackson 5 type shit. Y'all can hear that in the background?
Yeah. I heard after the shots 12 rolling. They late too.
I heard the last of the shots when you said, man, they shooting.
Yeah, you heard that? Yeah.
Man down.
Oh, my beloved black brothers and sisters, I appeal to you this afternoon to reason. Look at Huey Newton and Eldridge Cleaver. Many of you love the Panther philosophy. You love to see a young black brother stand up and challenge the system. They were beautiful brothers, beautiful men who wanted liberation for black people. But Whitey there again infiltrated the Panther movement. And while many of the brothers and sisters were saying, right on, baby, right on, in the crowd was an agent of the United States government planning the destruction of the Panther Party. You live to see him put Huey and Eldridge against one another, bust the movement down the middle, and then break it up. And now they can talk about the Panther Party because they've destroyed it.
Was some of my research, at USC. I did a survey. The question was, do you think that Jesus Christ was of African descent or European descent? Overwhelmingly, over 90-something% of the folks said African descent. I said, then do you think his ethnicity matters? They said, no, it doesn't matter. And I'm saying, it matters obviously to somebody.
It does.
You know,
Absolutely.
and it matters to white supremacy. But whenever there's a book called The Color of Christ, the saga of race, I think in America, they track when, most people say, well, this is something out of Europe and, who was that? Michelangelo painted,
Yeah.
No, that ain't got nothing to do with why Jesus is white. Jesus is white because of America. Jesus is white because of white supremacy in the Klan. That's why Jesus is white. That's where that comes from. It didn't stick in Europe because they knew better.
And it bows to his will. Nothing is as rebellious as the white man. Everything that God says thou shalt not do, the white man says, gee whiz, buddy, it's all right. Come on, try it. You like it, baby. It's okay. Gee whiz, you guys are too rigid. You only live once, man. Come on. You know the junk talks like that. I'm talking about Bob. I'm talking about Bill. I'm talking about Larry. You know the guys I'm talking about. Listen, you acting like you don't know them. That's why we don't allow no white folks in here. Because if we had white folks in here, you'd be looking all behind you and wonder what Bob and Bill and Larry and Susie and Cindy might be thinking.
I travel around and I get hit with Chicago is a violent town and the violence is perpetrated by the black race. I think the media amplifies violence in Chicago and makes it seem like people can't walk out their homes without being
Fact.
shot,
Fact.
stabbed or killed. The majority of black people are law-abiding, sensible, nonviolent people. So all this crap about this violence in the black community that is overtaking everything in our city is just a bunch of bull. Because most of the people that I know are law-abiding citizens and they are not into that stuff. You have a faction, but it is definitely not the majority of the black race.
In that faction, their beef is usually contained amongst themselves.
I wanted to do business. My brother became famous and we had an opportunity to leave that world and go into another world. That opportunity came, hip hop hit. Charlie told my brother Eddie, yo, this is the wave of the future. This is going to be huge. Eddie did not believe that it's a fad and moved forward. And then there was an opportunity. I wasn't a rapper. It was an opportunity because of my brother's fame for me to get a recording contract with Clive Davis's company, with Arista Records. I could have been afraid and said, nah, but I've never been raised to be afraid. So I took advantage of the opportunity and I did it. And I started learning how to write, learn how to rap. It was a perfect time. It was all, pretty much it was new. I went from being an artist to, we did some things with touring and merchandising. I touched a lot of aspects of Eddie's career and then kind of just graduated to my own thing.
Man, I thank you guys for inviting me on. Thank you. Great format, very solid. It don't have that low budget movie feel. You know what I'm saying? And we get that a lot in the black community, for real. Like people look at us to be fuck ups. They look at us to be low budget. They look at us to be ignorant, stuttering, and use a whole bunch of and all of that. But no, they got the real deal on here. That everybody know who Torian Mills is, baby. They know.
Hey, well, bro.
They're so ignorant.
Hey, but this platform's your platform. This platform's my platform. From Inglewood, California to
the
Chicago,
South Shore.
Crazy thing about it.
This platform is
made for you and me.
It's made for you.
The crazy and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. I was trying to get out the end of the preamble, but go ahead, bro.
Yes, sir. Y'all know what it is. Do it for our people. The Self Love Show. Self Love Show. There's no equal. Self Love Show. Tory Wordsmith 9 Mills. The story go. It's the Self Love Show. Word up. Y'all know how it is. We get busy and handle that biz for our people. That's why we do this. Y'all know it's true because we standing on it and doing it on a consistent basis.
It's the Self Love Show. The Self Love Show.
They
the Self Love Show. We do it for
got
our
the
people.
Epstein Island
It's the Self Love Show. It's the Self Love Show.
quasi guest list because it's
The Self Love Show.
not the complete list and it's not the right log.
The Self Love Show.
But we're gonna break it down line by line as we go on and who we've known, who has been there allegedly. But what we do know is all the people they talking about, it's not necessarily, just like Nine said earlier, people was working, some people was doing whatever, you know. Everybody there don't know what's going on and not part of it. Some of them were. We're gonna get at it.
Yeah, buddy. All right.
How the story go. It's the Self Love Show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Black in the building. Black in the building.
Hmm.
What's wrong? You just don't like the color black?
As a reference to us.
Yeah. Well, I just said black in the building. You know what I mean?
Nothing's in the building. Nobody's in the building.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah, see, I wasn't doing that because that's a disaster. Bro, so to your point, he was definitely blackmailing
from
people.
The earliest times. It's probably how he got his job. And then he was blackmailing the guy that put him in touch
He
with
blackmailed the
people.
guy to make him talk to the guy. I already had something on him. Yeah.
Yes.
Then got close to him and got some information on him and then blackmailed him to bump
That's
him
his
up.
whole. He's espionage all the way in. He's one of the alphabet guys. And
That's
more
what
than
I was
ever,
about to
more
say.
than ever, I'm saying that he's one of the alphabet guys. Yep.
Yeah, or he came across one of their training manuals.
Look at all the world leaders and all the entertainers and all the people that have been in his presence. That's how do you get that except for that? From where he came from. He didn't have the money, and then somebody that he got close to gave him all his money. Sounds convenient.
Yeah.
That and got something on him. And yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, so he was doing some business dealings, lost some money, embarrassed Stearns, got in trouble, with the U.S. Attorney's Office, 'cause, sex with minors. Okay. Now, here's the thing. So in 2007, he got a sweet deal. I think they were saying that plea deal where it protected him from any further prosecution. So yeah, I'll plea out to this, and then it protects me from any other future cases. Remember, your boy Bill Cosby had a similar type of deal Makes you wonder if
not quite the same.
What was different about it?
Well, Bill Cosby's thing was a civil case, and he testified to the fact that he did some things for it to be sealed, and they opened it in a criminal case because the prosecutor that
said they wouldn't use it.
Yes,
correct.
Right.
In a criminal case, right?
Yeah, this prosecutor did this in the criminal case, and suppressed it. The families that he did this with didn't even know that that's what was going on.
That he made that plea agreement.
Yes,
that they couldn't prosecute him.
Yes, or that the whole case was done. They didn't tell them anything.
Right.
He got 18 months. It was all hush hush. It couldn't be put out. That was part of the agreement.
And that was Acosta. And according to Acosta, he said he brokered that lenient deal because he had been ordered by higher government officials who told him that Epstein was an individual of importance to the government. As part of the negotiations, according to the Miami Herald, Epstein provided, quote, unspecified information, end quote, to the Florida federal prosecutors for a more lenient sentence, and was supposedly an unnamed key witness for the New York federal prosecutors in their unsuccessful June 2008 criminal case against two managers at Bear Stearns. Alan Dershowitz, one of Epstein's Florida attorneys on the case, told Fox, "We would have been touting that if he had cooperated. The idea that Epstein helped in any prosecution is news to me." Yeah, Dershowitz is on the list. Alan Dershowitz?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Positively.
Yeah.
I mean, but he was his attorney. He could be,
He's a spook.
Alan
Dershowitz is a spook.
They haven't given up the whole real list. And I don't want to know Epstein's list. I want to know Giselle's list. That's the list that needs to be.
Yeah.
The one that hooked up the liaison between them all.
Mm-hmm.
And who allegedly has the
You talking
tapes.
About Juicy Maxwell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who has tapes.
Alan Dershowitz is a spook. I just had that reality. Now, in 2015, the Israeli newspaper Haaretz reported that Epstein invested in a startup reporting Homeland Security. So now, going with your spook theory self. So he invested in a startup. It's called Reporty Homeland Security, which was rebranded as Carbine in 2018. The startup was connected with Israel's defense industry. It was headed by former Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Barak, who was also at one time the defense minister and chief of staff of the Israeli Defense Forces. The CEO of the company is Amir Elahi, a special forces officer, and Pinchas Bukis, a director of the company and former defense ministry director. Epstein and Barak, the head of Carbine, were close, and Epstein then offered him lodging at one of his apartments. And, he had all those apartments self-rigged up with mics and cameras, and you'd be in there talking business in one room. Yeah, go in the back room. You guys want to talk private? Yeah, go in the back room. And I got some young girls in there and some liquor. Ain't nothing private. Ain't nothing.
The whole place.
If I knew what I knew now, we would have had the whole Kappa house rigged up. Yeah, sure. You guys want to talk? Yeah, let's have a meeting here. Everybody want to talk? Yeah, go in the back, talk amongst yourselves. Everything's private here. You keep ramming that too. Y'all have been telling me to shut up. Everything's private. It ain't like we got no mics and yeah. I mean, it ain't like we got no mics and nothing.
Over talking it.
On purpose, though.
Yeah,
on purpose. On purpose.
It's all on the tape.
When they're dealing with. When you're dealing with Goyim. You know what I mean? The guy, yeah, this ain't going back. Keep saying it's private. You keep repeating it's private.
The people that call us Goyim is the Goyim. They're actually the Goyim.
I'm talking about the Ish. They're not the chosen.
Well, not even not the chosen. They are the Goyim. They are what they describe as Goyim. It's because they believe that they are the chosen. They've made a religion into a race of people that had nothing to do with the religion. They adopted it. Somebody brought it to them, and then they decided to follow it.
Yeah. It sounds, no, yeah, agree. But this sounds to me, man, like Epstein was actually, what's the name of the Israeli spooks? That's what it sounds like. They say he was part of the research and military sector and everything. I mean, they all work hand in hand with our spooks.
Still, yeah.
That's what it sounds to me.
I mean, as much as this country finances that country, I mean,
and we do spooking over there. You think we don't have spooks living in?
I'm just saying they
Tel Aviv?
all are. It's all as much as money as we give to them. We are the provider of that. So he's part of the alphabet gang.
Alphabet gang.
That's what
which is controlled by the 13, 14 families. It's like the police for them. It's their police force.
Just the 13 family. I don't know. It's condensed from that because they inbred. They're inbred.
Oh yeah, they've been doing a lot of inbreeding. Now, but go ahead.
Yeah, so so super melanated at the
they've
top.
been doing a lot of inbreeding.
At the top. They are very exclusive. Super the name that people don't know.
I was talking to some older Brits
and then everybody else is always lightening up.
I was talking to some older Brits today about they had to be like in their 70s, early 70s, about the Prince theory, the 10-hat theory that Prince and Sammy Davis Jr. went over there and stuck it to the mother queen, rest her soul, who just passed away. Yeah, I was having that comment, ramming it.
Oh
yeah,
my God.
and they got pictures. I was like, and they they do have pictures of Sammy Davis.
And he's ish.
Yeah.
Jewish.
Yes. And they got pictures of him with a young queen around the time, and
superstar, sing, dance, act.
And his name is Prince. The queen's son would be a prince. He's purple. She had the same color purple. They died the same day. You know what I mean? And I was like, whoa. Yeah, it's my 10-hat. I was ramming it. And they were laughing, but they got it. I was like, hey, all right. I'm just saying. I was just asking them, had they heard it over there on the other side of the pond? They said they hadn't heard it.
Yeah. Of course they hadn't heard it.
Yeah. They might have been a Lumba booty. I'm on somebody's list.
They worship that, those people over there, not all of them, but a lot of them people worship the whole monarchy and all that, even though they got no power. They own everything, but they don't. They let them people, they got the power. They just let them act like they're doing.
They let
government.
everybody
let them act like they're doing government here. We got a whole corporation that's running, but
they're opposite from us.
Doesn't mean much.
They're opposite from us. We put our presidents up there and make our people believe the presidents run everything when he's just a puppet. And then they tell the people that the king
Prime
over
Minister.
there is just a puppet. Yeah.
Right. And the prime minister's running everything.
Yeah. Like you said, Sophie, all that money they amassed over the years.
They running both sides of the pond out there. They run this
Both
corporation too.
You're right.
This corporation too.
You're 100% right. There's no way they don't. There's no way. And when one of them was talking to when they say they're from London, I'm like, you're a banker? They be laughing. Yeah, they know I'm calling them a Luma booty. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know how long I'm gonna last. I'm taunting you.
A lot of them don't know they're Luma booty.
Nah, they don't.
A lot of these people don't know that they're part of the system that's to their ruin.
You're right.
They just think they're moving forward for themselves.
Bought a house, put the kids in college, and then brought the kids in.
And don't think about especially the pink people.
Yeah. Now your girl Juice Lane. Yeah, they said his private island in the Virgin Islands was completely wired for video. Yeah, and sound. And they went behind he had a little half room, little hidden room, and there were men sitting in there monitoring the cameras. And you can't tell me those weren't Israeli spooks. It's hard. Okay, so if it's to be this far-fetched, you're a billionaire. I don't care what you are. You got these secrets. When you hiring all these people and they going home at the end of the day, your secrets are out there. Unless, like you said, this was a government-run operation.
It is. No, it's even higher than government. That's why, I just said the alphabet gang, because it's higher than government. It's the elite control of the world, because they put all the people that's in control or influence under circumstances where they have to act the way they want them to act, or they can I'm putting my tin hat on. I wish I had my tin hat, but
so if they said
they get rid of them and replace them, or disgrace them to where they can't have the influence or control that they once had.
Yeah, if they don't work for him. So now, discredit him. Epstein allegedly lent girls to powerful people to ingratiate himself with them. And they were saying that some of the people may not have known that some of the girls are underage, but he was just doing all that to just get, like you said, to get control of it.
Yeah, they knew, man. It's the allegedly the adrenochrome and all of that is some serious thing.
It's possible. It's possible some of them didn't know, bro. I mean,
it is possible, but
you make an assumption. Not you, but you make an assumption that I'm at this place, and
not probable.
And this guy's telling you, hey, no, everything's legit here. You know what I mean? I'm saying, if you're trying to set somebody up, so you're trying to set somebody up, and he's like, no, I don't fuck around with underage girls. Oh, she's 25. You know what I mean? And the whole time she was underage, and now they got you on camera.
On tape. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm thinking that most of these people are corrupt. And that's a bad assumption, but from my experience with dealing with a lot of these people that would go along with someone,
most of them are
giving you someone.
Most of them are
to have sex with is like anytime somebody gifts you somebody to have sex with, something morality. Doesn't
I agree 100%. But you earlier you was like but I definitely most of them I mean because as we went through this research, which we're getting into, I don't think all of them were there to mess around with. Now maybe the celebrities, and I don't think all of them were there like to. It's possible, bro, that nobody knows what somebody's doing in their life. You know what I mean? Like you could be, hey, it's a P. Diddy party. And then years later, you find out P. Diddy was, molesting little boys. You know what I mean? I don't necessarily mean you knew that or you were doing any of that and you went to a P. Diddy party.
That is true. And that is facts. Like people that
I wouldn't be surprised if P. Diddy would have shit mic'd up.
Wrong.
Go ahead.
He did.
All those people who throw them parties, there was
that's why
50 Cent. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, everybody that was close to P. Diddy is pretty much deceased.
Locked up or dead.
No, they deceased. Like the people that was close to him. The people, and they said that Kim Porter had the mother of his children.
Honeypot. She was a honeypot. And 50 Cent was a plant. 50 came out of nowhere, so.
Man.
Fuck your ass off. 50 came out of nowhere. They be talking about he was selling mixtapes and all that shit. Was he?
I think so. I think I heard of him before.
Of course. But it's no different than, we got my cameras up. It's no different than flooding, buying your own records.
Yeah, he said that too.
He sure did.
And he did. He said that about that part.
He
about the
rose quick
mixtape
all
and
the way
all
to
that.
the point of he's an executive of,
But
I mean.
People didn't want to fuck with him because of shit he was doing. The operation, how he was coming up, actually, what it really is, it could be. I mean, I don't know.
Could be a plan. Could. I mean, I never knew
He
with all
got
the
with the right people who all could be plants. I mean, Dre, Eminem.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dre could definitely be a spook, and that's what I'm saying.
Eminem, you know what I'm saying? He come up, Iveen, shit.
I never knew why 50. I never thought of 50 as being like. I never knew why everybody was going that crazy over him ever. Didn't say I hated his music, but I'm just saying I never saw anything super redeeming over it.
That first album, I mean his first album that he actually put out, that was that had like, it was some I don't know how I felt about it then, but still now these songs, I probably didn't really, but according to the music that's out now, like when I hear those songs, they're like, okay, what I mean? Still.
Yeah, they were still a little cat and hattish, still a little nursery rhymish, and that was my whole thing about it. I just,
that's how really popular music is. Really popular music most of the time is not
right. I understand
incredibly
this
introspective and all that. So I mean,
yeah, but he wasn't no Biggie in my opinion. He wasn't no
No.
Pac. He wasn't no
No.
Jay-Z, but he was selling records like them, and that's why I was like,
he was
don't get it.
better than Ja Rule.
Okay.
So I mean, Ja Rule was the hottest thing before that, like, or in the range of that. As far as popular, not the best MC, not the best of anything, but popularity.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I felt the same way about him, but at least I could say, okay, yeah, he got bars, man, and he be dropping some metaphors, and he's tricky with his tongue, and man, he be flowing and this and that and changing up his style. I just never got any of that.
He got shot in the face if that really happened. So I mean, I'm not sure.
Yeah, they all have this far-fetched superhero story,
and I'm not sure his tongue. If it's true, he could do that. But I mean,
big ups 50. You know what I'm saying? Big ups 50. It'll be just this show he watches himself. It'll be just this
man. He's a businessman, bro. He did way more than rap. That's for sure. He took advantage of what he was given,
like all the plants do, just like Epstein did.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's possible, but he's a super troll. That's for sure.
I tell you what.
Usually the plants aren't trying to troll anybody; they staying out the way. So,
yeah,
but he did. Like I said, you pointed out a very clear thing that there could be, he could be a plant, M could be a plant, Dre could be a plant, Iveen could be a plant. So I mean, there's a case for all of that. I don't know about the probability of it all, but there is a case because all of them have, huge influence.
Yeah, I think after Bob Marley, which I hope they do the movie justice, and I know they won't. I think after Bob Marley, the music industry said, let's make sure anyone who blows up, we have to be able to control them. Of course, I guess Pac wouldn't have fit that mode, but he did sign a lot of contracts, so he was under control.
All of them are under control.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you sign to somebody, they decide if your music come out or not. Period. I don't care who you are until, we got to like.
But he was shooting pigs.
I mean, till we got to like Master P. Like before that, they told you what could or could not come out.
Yeah. So Epstein, he did imply to the New York Times that he had blackmail material. So, and there was a reason why he just walked out of jail with those allegations. It is weird, man. It's very weird, Self.
It's not weird. It's, it's Alphabet Gang, all of them. Like the government type, not necessarily, all
So
of
you
that
gonna tell
too.
me you're a
All of
man
that
like
too.
Gates? You're a man like Bill Gates with his power, and you can get conned so much that your personal security team, don't investigate a Jeffrey Epstein and do the basic stuff we've done.
I'm not sure they can.
Why not?
I'm not sure.
Oh,
I'm
got you.
sure everything is
Got
clean,
you.
clear.
Got you.
They ain't even
At
seen
that
none
point,
of that part.
yeah,
None of that part.
yeah.
Especially if he's Alphabet Gang.
Yeah,
Any of
that's what I'm
that
talking
stuff
about.
just got wiped away. Like,
And the Israelis are known for being able to scrub the internet and manipulate the internet. That's one of their main things they do.
So
They're,
I mean, that goes easy without saying. I mean,
I guess so. Yeah.
Madoff.
Yeah, I guess so.
Madoff is a prime example of that.
Yeah. Bernie, look at his name.
Madoff.
Man, that's what I'm saying. They be making this shit up.
I mean, the creator is the best comedian, the best everything.
Oh, I've been saying that my life about the comedy part.
Yes,
and,
you have.
Yeah, and I was watching a guy who had an in-depth near NDE, and he said that he said that one energy. He said it's he said it has a best sense of humor you can imagine. When you go back to the oneness, I knew I had a funny suspicion because I like, no, man,
How could it be comedy at all if it wasn't so?
Right, true. And the way it makes you feel, you know what I mean? When it's done right. I'd be like, man, I'd be like, man.
Oh man. I just had an idea. I gotta
You better jot it down.
Yeah.
Don't
No,
say it.
it's been, I'm gonna say it. It's not a wild one.
Oh.
We gotta announce our people's things they got coming up. Like I was thinking about K Ferg, we mentioned comedian. Like,
oh, you're right. You mean just have a segment
this week. I mean, when we say what's going on, I could say he's got this show, this or that, just
I like that.
Yeah.
But somebody had to put it together or send it to us. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, I kind of can do him personally.
Yeah.
Like,
that's a good idea though. That'd be tight. If previous guests, what they got going on this week. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Man, I've been for a while trying to figure out who Vernon Lynch Jr., Eddie Murphy's brother, was as an artist and what he had put together. And I finally figured it out.
What?
K9 Posse.
Bro, it was on the whole. We talked
about
it all during.
I ain't watched the show.
We talked about it all during the interview.
I ain't watched the show, but that's a long time ago, and I've been like trying to remember and figure it out.
Oh, what the hell are you talking about? Even the short that we play on this show, he's talking about Eddie Murphy and how he started. Oh, I see what you're saying.
But he doesn't say what it is.
Not in that short, he doesn't. But
at all.
Even in the promo video, it had K9 Posse. Like,
but how long ago was that show?
I got you.
I'm like, man. And every time I see the short, it makes me think further.
Yeah, he was on.
I couldn't until now.
He was on Arsenio Hall show. They came on there and performed.
Man, I remember like the video, like not from the show. I remember the video. I couldn't think of the name of the group.
K9 Posse. They were,
yes,
they weren't even really like a one-hit wonder, but he
was decent.
Yeah, he was, I mean, for somebody who wasn't a rapper, all right. Very true. But yeah, the FBI got involved. I don't think the FBI works with the other alphabet people. Now they do since Patriot Act.
Right.
But they don't always know what the other ones are doing.
I don't think any of them all know what each other do. It's it's set up like that. Just like everything else. So they have you focused on one thing, and then you don't communicate with anybody else, and they put it all together, and you don't have a very much of a clue of what's going on because of what you're doing.
Well, all right. So we covered scandals, cases. We did good. Accusations, early red flags. We talked about his deal with the government. The island's for sale right now, sell for like $200-300 million. I wonder
the island.
I wonder what somebody can use that for. I'd use it as an Airbnb or something.
Yeah, I mean, or
resort.
Yeah. Or live there and be like, if you got money like that, because
true,
it's autonomous and you can live how you want to live for the most
Think
part.
about it. 200. It sounds like a lot. 300-400 million. There's homes in the hills in Hollywood for 300 million, more than that. So yeah, you know what I'm saying, right? Maybe some celebrity wants to buy it, or just a business person, and you could use it for all types of events. You know what I mean?
It could be a resort of sorts, but you could also have a home there and be there.
I'd make it a big Airbnb. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're gonna Airbnb the entire island. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you get week blocks, and it's for it's for the rich and unfortunate. If you can't afford it, we understand. And Self, you can rent it out, but then of course that week, oh shit, house stock, oh shit, house stock, boy, on Epstein Island.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, stuff like that. All right, but yeah, that was a sidebar. You've discussed ad nauseum the modus operandi, and I think I would have thought it was a little tin hat conspiracy-ish, but as I even started looking into it, and from the other information that's come out in the old, suicide, he hung himself somehow in the hang proof cell.
PC.
Yeah, that old trick. Yeah, NPC. Man. The guy with all the secrets and all the money killed himself. That just didn't feel right to me. But all right. As far as the list, you guys, I know you guys been waiting long. We appreciate your patience. All right. To our dismay, the list has been extremely redacted, and it's bottom line is they're covering it up. You'll never what?
I don't want to say never
You'll
because
never see
it is the information age. So at some point,
even if you see the list, they'll discredit the list and say it's not a real list and whoever. But that's my opinion. But go ahead. I just
I think that Giselle's list will come out at some point.
Juicy Maxwell.
Yeah, and that's why I think that will happen, and probably in this year.
Why haven't they offed Juicy Maxwell?
Because she's kind of kept her mouth shut, and I think she has shit on all the people. I mean, I think
you realize her dad was a big media magnate who many believe faked his death.
Yeah, so I think that she has shit in operation to if something happens to her, or it might say something and she disappear. I don't know if that either, and she still be okay. But I think she got stuff in operation that if she ceases to breathe, that it'll be opened up to the world. So that may.
So yeah, they claim she was super rich, like Illuminati money. Her dad owned like a New York Times or something. Ended up doing some stuff. They got caught up in some crimes, business sham, faked his death on a boat, and all of a sudden she's poor. But yet, she wasn't poor. She was still living that highfalutin, lifestyle, the private school stuff, those, not just a private school, but those high-end private schools.
Yeah, I mean,
how are they affording that? I don't think these people know what poor is.
No, I mean, because they're allowed through their name and interactions to be in schools or have like welfare to say, they take care of their own.
What a concept. What a concept. But they won't give certain people a dime.
At all. But if you're family or, got you. To a certain degree, because they don't, just
you said family, which means you got to be part of the certain, you got to be vibing with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And her family was, because he was a criminal.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
And just allegedly just let free on multiple occasions on different levels.
Yeah. Because he died an innocent man. Allegedly died an innocent man.
I mean, if you are, not proven guilty in the court of law.
That's the law.
No, wait a minute. Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. I thought he got convicted and he didn't get. No, he didn't. Okay.
No, the case was pending.
Yeah,
it hadn't even gone to trial.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the thing about it, and that's the law. If he, like you said, he was never tried. You're innocent until proven guilty.
So,
innocent until proven guilty. So that's why when you used to watch those movies in the 70s and 80s about the cops, and the cops come over, one of the cops did something really bad to desecrate the badge and the family, and they tell him, do the right thing. You know what I mean? Because the trial is going to be bad, and just do the right thing. You got to do the right thing, don't you? Come on, Paulie, I did it. You got to do the right thing. And then he offs himself. That dude be walking out, lights up a cigar, and you in the background. I'd be like, man, he offed himself quick. He didn't even eat another order of fries. You know what I mean? Like,
some BS.
It is BS. It's Hollywood BS. They had to speed it up.
Because they got a suicide machine that make it look like you off yourself. Put a brace right on and it pulls it right on up, and
that's exactly what was going on.
They take it on all off, and
you don't even need a machine. You just need a coroner, right? Who's just gonna.
And that's true.
Yeah, a bunch of people coming in with white coats that work for the alphabet people coming in and say whatever they're paid to say. And the jury sits there. They like to make the jury think they're smart, so don't they? They like to make them. That's how they get over on them. They make them think they're so damn smart and they can handle all this maritime law and language. You know what I mean? And then take advantage of the juries. Jurors all should maybe have law licenses. All right, but here we go.
Well, it couldn't be your peers then. It's got to be. It's a whole lot of fallacy written into the
about peers. Period.
Code.
Right. Yeah.
It's a corporation, and we need to get back to the the real law.
Thanks. So so there were 900 pages of mostly unredacted documents allegedly released on January 3. A second batch of documents was released on January 4th. A third batch on January 5th. And allegedly, there are still more batches to be released.
Unredacted or redacted?
Yeah, they claim unredacted, and this is CBS News. The one with the eye as the logo.
Yeah.
No, just saying that's what their logo is.
FBI.
FBI. Eye of Horus.
CIA.
Yeah, that one too. But they say most of the information has been previously reported through the unsealed court documents, don't contain an actual list of associates. The names were expected to include some that also appeared on the flight logs. So that's what I'm saying. So if you're on the flight log, and the flight log was nicknamed the Lolita Express.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd have been a spook.
Yes, because it was just straight up
out in everybody's face.
And that blackmailing everybody. I don't know if everybody knew that it was Lolita Express. That, I don't think they knew that
He said it wasn't painted on the side of the plane
at all. That was just a hidden word. Come on, I got you. Come on over here. It's my
Donald
island.
Trump said he didn't like
it. Yeah. Well, what is he gonna say? That's like Charleston White saying he was acting.
But they did have a known beef. They did. Even Trump said, I think they just didn't hit it off, and it worked out for Trump. Maybe Trump's people was like, dude's a blackmailer. I don't know. But Trump,
right.
Him and Trump had like some legal issues. Like Trump didn't mess with dude, bro. Yeah. Because he seems like he'd have been right up Trump's alley, don't he?
He had been at Trump had been at his place, but he ain't been to the island.
No, and he went to his place. That's what he said. He
For
said
dinner. Yeah.
But Trump, Trump from New York, he probably saw through all that. You know what I mean? And I'm a hustle and con you stuff. I don't know, but Trump.
I have a feeling he don't really fuck with the ish people like that.
There you go. I think that's it. Only when he has to for business. Yeah. You're 100% right. There it is. Right there. Due to and we'll can't go further than that. I think you're right, because otherwise he should have been right up Donald Trump's alley, shouldn't he? He should have been right up his alley. Come on, Don. We like you. Yeah, they like him.
Eating his ego and everything.
Yeah, and you just grab him. Just grab him by the, in between the legs. They like it.
That's all you got to do.
You want to get on the Lolita Express? We'll come pick you up. Don would have been loving all that shit, boy. Hey, and that's what happened. He said he was at the house self. He's Jewish. What do you mean he's Jewish? But okay. Now, they make it a point to keep saying that a lot of these people weren't necessarily creeps. And I know Self, wants to feel the other way. Now, Prince Andrew, I mean, okay, so he lied and this and that. But Self, they don't have no pictures of him like naked with the girl. They got a picture of him. What they did was they deposed him, and he said, "No, I never met her," and blah blah blah. And then they produced a picture of him. He is hugging her with his hand around her waist, which is inappropriate. She's like, but I'm saying, for him to say he don't remember that is kind of far fetched. But it wasn't a wild party or nothing. And you got to be careful.
They just didn't show those pictures, bro. He's had issues.
Okay, you're probably right.
He's had issues outside of,
Mm-hmm. But if you're a public figure, you got to be careful who you're taking pictures with. Now I see why celebrities don't like taking pictures with random people. You know what I mean? Because the whole thing will be a setup. So when you go platinum, I just want to take a selfie with you. Take a selfie. Next thing you know, they're gonna be like, I'm his baby mama. You know what I mean? These 5 babies, man, I see these pictures. These pictures we taking, but something's gonna be on red carpets, like you know what I mean, public places, shit.
It's gonna be like AI. Never. One time, I taking pictures with supporters.
But no, I think the Prince wouldn't even have been hugging a normie like that. Like, these were trailer trash, a lot of these girls. You're right. He wouldn't even let people touch him like that normally.
He thought he was safe. And he was getting, blackmailed.
But the one girl just said she was, well, not just, but she said she was groped by him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He didn't finish the deal with her. He just groped her in passing.
A minor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, you said go to Oklahoma. 15 is not. It's too old. They'd be like,
Clinton's name also came up.
Well, yeah.
She said she didn't see him do anything, but Epstein told her that Clinton liked young girls. Well, you remember he jizzed on the intern's dress, and the intern kept it. We talk about honeypot, huh? They kept that dress, so.
Yeah.
Talk about a setup.
It's
Where was
not the
Mayor
only
Marion
person
Barry?
that said Clinton likes some young. It's, you know.
But where was Mayor Marion Barry? Boy, that's all alphabet people. You right, Self. They setting them up, man. For her and for the people not to ask. I know I asked, like, who in the hell, you nasty? Who keeps the dress? It
Who's the
wasn't like,
president?
yeah, but it wasn't like it was a crime committed. It was a moral crime, but right, who keeps a dress? Yeah, like you said, it was the president. Ain't that some shit? I didn't want to turn into dress.
Got to
Yeah.
suck the dick and right there in the Oval Office. Shit, she was like, "I'm keeping this motherfucker. This is my pride and joy."
And then she tried to say she didn't know she didn't want the lady stole the dress to turn it in as evidence. Remember? Okay, let me get this right. So you like this is just gonna be your pride and joy forever? Like, wasn't it stinking? Like, so you was just gonna keep it, but now you're here testifying about it. Like, man, that was weird, bro.
That was some spook shit.
That was all spook shit. Yeah, that was all spook shit.
Soap opera.
Yeah. I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
What are you saying? You just jerked off and
That's it.
Yeah,
That's it. That's it.
It's all he could say, because I mean they could easily test the
But
dress.
he could say, hey, he could say she wasn't even wearing a dress. You know what I mean? When I did.
Yeah, that could be, you know.
Yeah. It's all not believable though. Now in the filing, Maxwell's team attempts to debunk an article in the Daily Mail who described a dinner on Epstein's Little St. James Island, allegedly attended by Clinton shortly after he left office. Former FBI Director Louis French submitted a report. President Clinton did not, in fact, travel to, nor was he present on Little St. James Islands between January 1, 2001 and January 1, 2003, and goes on to say Secret Service assigned to the former president would have been required to file travel logs. Yeah, that's he wasn't on the island because his Secret Service would have been required to log it.
Well, the plane has him logged, and his Secret Service. All those people,
they're called Secret Service.
They're all
their job. Their job is to keep it secrets.
And none of them are alive right now.
None of his Secret Service.
Yeah, from the time while he was president and shortly thereafter, none of them are. None of them are.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, if a president was gonna go to a private island, I don't think his top Secret Service would be logging. I think the president can go places where it's not logged, and for them to suggest that doesn't happen, it's just preposterous.
It's asinine.
It's asinine. It's offensive. And I might even, respond to this article. Oh, it's CBS. Never mind. Put a target on my back. We got one who can see, and he's writing the editor. You know what I mean? All right. Yeah. So, yeah, but as you can see, they had my man behind me on the list, Bill Richardson, former governor, and he's passed away. So he died an innocent man too. So it's funny, all of them are dying. He had been previously reported to have visited Epstein's ranch in New Mexico at least once. Richardson denied accusations, said that she was directed to have sex with Richardson. He called the accusation completely false and said he had never met Jeffrey. I guess that's Juicy Smollett. Now there's some people I haven't heard of. It's not important. David Copperfield. Okay. You guys might remember David Copperfield, the magician.
Yeah.
Remember that? Heard about him. He was famous. Then all of a sudden, what? Nothing. I know he died, but I'm saying, did he die? I think he died. I don't know. I thought he died. Maybe I'm confusing him
I'm
with
gonna have
somebody
to
else.
look that up. He
Yeah, I
died.
thought he drowned doing one of his tricks. No, milk, milk can or some shit. Maybe I'm confusing movies with real life again. Thank you,
Not
Hollywood.
sure.
Okay, but Joanna,
Chris
go ahead.
Tucker.
Huh?
Chris Tucker.
He's a Christian. You don't believe it.
Well,
They
I'm
said
just
he's
saying,
truly a clean cut. I'm not saying. Hey, listen. It could all be like you said, a character. But
No,
yeah,
I'm saying he's known
yeah.
to have dealt and been
You're
around
right.
him.
There were some allegations, weren't there?
No, it weren't allegations out his mouth. I'm saying him talk about and he said he didn't go to the island.
What
but
did he say?
He's been to the ranch and he's been he was making little snide funny remarks about Epstein.
Was he? But sometimes, man, like you
being on his plane.
But aren't you
he
going
didn't
there
say
to
nothing
raise
about
money?
going there.
Well,
I'm not sure. It could
not
be.
Chris Tucker. Like nobody's ever really categorized with those parties before. That's what's blowing my mind. Why you have all those different random people? Is it just a socialite party? So I'm thinking, so if this is a regular Illuminati party but how they let those girls just start talking like that if it was truly high powerful people like that? Like, so 40 years ago, those girls would have been dead as soon as they opened their mouth.
Right, but at this point, it's the information age, and there's a situation where it has to be released because the time is now for that to end. The whole situation that's been just built up over all
Shutting
this
people
time.
down.
Yeah, it's been shutting down slowly but surely, but it has to abruptly come to an end.
Now, Donald Trump, as we discussed, he wasn't on the island, according to any of that. Trump said Epstein was a fixture in Palm Beach. It's a lot of those ish people.
Mm-hmm.
I had a falling out with him a long time ago. I don't think I've spoken with him for 15 years. I wasn't a fan. It sounds like he's being authentic for a change.
Yeah. It looks
Alan
like
Dershowitz.
I can't find anything about David Copperfield being alive. He's, as far as I can tell, he's still alive.
Yeah, because it would show up. Well, it should go to Wikipedia, and Wikipedia will tell you his date of birth, and it won't have no date of death.
Right. That's kind of what happened.
Oh, okay. Dershowitz was defending Epstein in 2008.
Yeah, he's a douche.
He's on the list.
Yeah, he's a douche.
I think he's a spook too for Israel.
Yeah, well, man. They all are. All these dual citizens need to get the F out this gut. Well, I guess it's a corporation, so it's not a government. We got to get to the government and get rid of this corporation.
Well, they said Dershowitz visited Epstein's home without his family when young girls were present.
Of course.
Now, here's where this gets weird. Okay. If I show up to the guys and young girls are present, but okay, Tori's got a daughter and that's his daughter's friends, and okay, right? That's not weird. But if I show up and he's got everybody's 40 and over, and there's a bunch of 12 and 13 and 14-year-olds, that's weird in itself.
Well, it's not going to be in the open environment. So.
I got you. So they'll have the regular age and the models and everybody else running around the public areas.
Yeah.
Get you drugged up and drunk. Go ahead.
Certain areas where that's taken, but and it could be normal out front, but if he's got a lot of money, so there's a lot of space in these
Oh,
places.
hell yeah.
That's why all these people talk about the Hollywood parties. You go in the wrong room and you see some shit,
But in his crib,
it's not out in the open.
You ain't walking in no wrong room because it seemed like he got Israeli security. You know what I mean? It's like he got his stuff is gonna be locked off and secure enough where you ain't walking in the room you ain't supposed to be in. You ain't gonna access.
I'm thinking the nefarious activity is mainly probably happening on the island so that it could be plausible deniability from the people until they figure it out that it's all on tape.
All on tape.
Yeah.
Recording. They said he had pinhole cameras everywhere, and he had just the money and the technological savvy to do it.
He had a whole island that's now on sale for hundreds of millions. Isn't that what you said now? So
yeah, 200 million, something like that.
I'm just saying. So
yeah. So I don't know if we said it. Now they dropped Michael Jackson's name. They said, but he wasn't on the island.
No.
She met him at the house, and she did not give him a massage, and did not accuse me of wrongdoing. Mike was looking for the boys. Ain't no boy. I'm just
Mike, that was all some BS too.
Yeah. Let's see.
We're not gonna disparage Michael Jackson because of the media and all of their BS. He was proven innocent in every single case.
I supported him even during the case.
You did. You did.
Know what I mean?
I'm just saying. So we're not going to disparage his name right now.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, just having some fun. Yeah,
I know, but we're going to clear that up too.
Yeah.
It's funny, but
just having some fun out here. You know what I mean? All right. In a deposition, so she even said, though, Mike didn't do nothing crazy, but he was probably looking for the boys. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., I'm not saying he was trying to, do nothing disparaging with him, but I mean, if he played with boys, he played with boys. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., unless he testified in his witness deposition that he saw RFK Jr. at the house, but did not specify when. The independent presidential candidate, who is not accused of wrongdoing, has previously said he traveled twice on what was that called? The Lolita? What was it called? He flew twice on Epstein's plane.
Lolita
but with
Express is what you was calling it.
Yeah, Lolita Express. But he said with his family. So I think that, so the Lolita Express wasn't always going to the island, obviously.
No, I mean, they went to his place. I don't think the nefarious stuff was happening there
on the plane. Oh, at his place, right?
Yeah,
right.
at the ranch as much as the island.
Because he was trying not to catch a case again.
Well, yeah, he was trying to assure the people that they were safe and didn't have to worry about it, so he could tape it off.
Get their guards down.
Their confidence.
Yeah. Let's see. Office shit. Hold on. Hold on. Aaron Rodgers said Jimmy Kimmel was on there, but I couldn't find Jimmy Kimmel anyway.
No, I mean the real list has not been presented, period. And
it is redacted because they got a lot of J Does on there.
So I mean, there was a whole lie about it. And that's not the real list. That's just some BS because somebody got accused of something and they released who's been on the plane to certain areas and who's been to his house. And nothing about the island is about the list that got
released on the 5th.
Yeah. None of that. So
hold up. Al Jazeera, baby. Al Jazeera don't be playing. One thing about Al Jazeera, Maybe I'll stop saying their name on YouTube. That motherfucking bot went crazy, didn't they? Like, this motherfucker. Let's see. Epstein died by suicide, sex trafficking. Yep. Let's see. Come on, man. Quit playing. I found a. It won't even let me click. Are you kidding me? I can't click on the link at Al Jazeera.
The internet wipes that type
These
stuff.
links ain't active, bro.
No, so you gotta, what you gotta do is
It's going to black web.
Yeah, no, screenshot it or download it to your computer so you have it, because the link, they can scrub that very easily.
Wow. Obama, Oprah, hold up.
Yeah.
This is fact check. Yeah, it's fact check. Newsweek.
Like I told you, I went to look for a list that I'd seen prior and nowhere.
Wow.
Nowhere.
And I'm clicking on these lists and it's like literally sending me to spam.
A month later, nothing.
And the news has just been quiet about it.
They've been quiet the whole time. I mean, because they could have released the list. They were the ones that, broadcast plenty of court cases, but not that one. Made sure it wasn't broadcast.
The more I look at him, he was definitely a spook.
100%.
Yeah, what the hell?
Super spook.
Why won't they just list? What the hell's going on?
Because the people that are running a lot
Are
of
on
the
the
shit,
list.
yes, who have decided, no, that list will not be shown because they're on the list. Period.
Wow.
Super spook.
Wow. This shouldn't be this difficult, bro.
Yeah, well, you asked that Chat GPT or AI.
What does it say? We can't answer that?
They talk about who he is or whatever in this case, whatever, and they mention a few people, Clinton or whatever, but they don't say nothing about the island, and then they start talking about everything else is you don't know what's going on, and it's not factual information. So I'm like, yeah.
Give me the list and let me do all that thinking, Chat GTP.
I said, there are more people than that on the list. Can you let me know more? And then they regurgitate the same people and same information. Like, it's supposed to be Chat GPT. It's supposed to be, AI.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah.
Yeah. Not in that part. It ain't supposed to think or expand. It's supposed to regurgitate and shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it seems kind of far-fetched that he would kill himself before his court case. A guy with that much to live for and all that money. Like, I understand, once you get found guilty and the judge says, 200 years, you know what I mean? And you're like, I'm not doing this. I'm saying how a rich guy like him might not be able to do it, but
he seemed like he might have enough money and enough stuff on people where
he can get out. Those gates can come open.
Man,
And he can get a face change. What do you call that?
Everything.
Plastic surgery and get a new island.
Yeah.
Or move to Israel.
He might.
This is Rabbi such and such, and nobody would know.
He might mess around and buy the same island.
Correct. This is Rabbi such and such from Flint, Michigan, and he's buying this island.
Or whoever such and such and buying this island, he might do the same damn thing. Allegedly.
Wow.
Allegedly.
The highly anticipated blah, 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 blah. Yeah, they keep talking about Bill Clinton, Donald Trump, Prince Andrew. Get the fuck out.
Kevin
Why
Spacey.
are secret documents? What'd you say?
Kevin Spacey.
Well, I mean, he's a known. Was he convicted? Yeah. They haven't sentenced him yet, have they?
I don't know if he's convicted because he's coming back out on stuff. This shit's crazy.
I'm just saying, bro. I don't know. Oh, we don't want to talk about that. I get in trouble. I said enough about Theismann over there out of New York, who said African Bumba clotted his thighs. Yeah. What's his name? Hassan Theismann, some shit. Yeah. Said he was 17 and Bambata started this. It was against his will.
But he was going for that.
Yeah.
It's a little old for
17, Self.
Yeah, no, you know what we did. We was already at U of I. It would have been a fight like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Even of the
might have been some murder, death, kill, depending on how far it got. Correct. But no, multiple times. So now he's back over there. But I was just coming over there because I wanted to be famous. Yeah, you were a groupie, fan, high yellow thought who just happened to be a male. Allegedly. That's what he described. Went famous. Boy, he went viral after that. Self, that motherfucker went viral. Boy, came out there and told that story. What's your boy's name? Do all the debating? You put me up on him. The debate shows out of Harlem.
Sonetta.
Yeah, Sonetta brought him out there. Sonetta brought him out there. This big news about the legend of hip hop. You know what I mean? We're gonna bring down black people in hip hop today with this high yellow fruit ball. You know what I mean? Yeah. Can we say fruit ball on? I don't know. Everybody gets mad at me. But let's go ahead, man, and get to this thing. I'm starving. All right. Yeah. So you guys, the list, we're going to be working on it. Apparently, the powers that be are still in control. I bet you if we got out there in that dark web out there, I bet we could find it. I bet we can find it on that dark web out there.
Possibly, but I'm not sure. I think the same people controlling this web, controlling that web too. So, gotta look beyond that and see where it's coming from.
All right, we didn't get anybody to solve. No, hold on. We got some more points to make before we go. Today's riddle. Let's get to the poll results. Okay. Well, first off, what's the advantage to employing honeypots, Self? Just so our youth, specifically our young men, the honeypot. It's a CIA strategy. I think the spooks didn't invent it though. But go ahead.
Get you out of character and talking. They can influence you to say and do things that you may or probably wouldn't do actually, and compromise your position for sexual favors or drugs or things of that sort. Honeypot. They put a nice one on you and
don't they?
Get
It's
you.
always one that seems to be just a step above you, right? So if you're making 60,000 a year, your honeypot might be making 100,000. You know what I mean? If you're Jay-Z, you get Beyonce. You know, if you're Travis Kelce, you get who?
Taylor Swift.
Swifty. Yeah. Yeah. If you're Patty Mahomes, you know, you get a one put on you in college. Yeah. Boy, a lot of our black athletes, boy, they get that honeypot put right on them in college, especially the ones who are going to make the millions off when it's known that they're in the first round. They get that honeypot.
Or high school. Shit. Some of them be high school.
Yeah, but if it's a honeypot that you just met organically and you know their parents, that wouldn't qualify as a honeypot. But you're right, Self. We're talking about that. Like Self said, you're playing for Leo High School. There's not even any girls in your school. Now, all of a sudden, you go play at Simeon or something, and the highest high yellow one shows up, and you got yourself a honeypot. Yep. All of a sudden, insiders are saying this. Insiders are saying that. Yep. And they'll put those mics on you. So the advantage of having that is that you can get some information, you can extract information, and to Self's point, it'll leave you compromised, young men. It'll definitely could leave you. One of the well-known honeypots was Marilyn Monroe. She's still celebrated, isn't she?
Forever will be, because I mean, she was put in a position to
probably
shine.
the GOAT. Yeah, probably the GOAT. I mean, president
and his brother. Same time.
One could say the Kardashian family. The females are all honeypots.
They probably the GOATs. You mess around with them and go downhill.
Well, except for the father. Rest his soul.
Well, I mean, he was in a whole different category because he created them. I mean, I'm saying if you got involved.
Well, and he did die from a brain tumor. So
yeah, from their mother is the source of that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because remember, he was friends with OJ already.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so let's get to this poll results so we can close out. Let's see here. I guess when we told Deuce Ace to have Deuce drop out, he checked out. Drop out of school. I think Ace checked out. All right, let's see here. All right, community. Here we go, Self. Jeffrey Epstein, ... First option was a United States operative. Second option, worked for the elite, i.e. the Illuminati. Third option was a sick, weird lone wolf. Okay, somehow masterminded all that. So he was a mathematician. Well, no, he wasn't, but he was good in math. All right, it's different. All right. Was an innocent patsy. Innocent patsy, right? Hey, we're gonna make you rich, self-love. We're just gonna have you on the scene, you know what I mean? Looking like you're a pimp, managing all these overage girls who appear to be young. We just want you to put these cameras up, put you in charge. Yeah, you just get set up, you're just a patsy. Maybe you didn't know Juice Lane was doing what Juice Lane was doing. I'm just saying, yeah. I mean,
it's an option.
It's an option. Nobody chose it. All right, to be clear. And then the last one is still alive. Now, was a U.S. operative? 0%. No one believes that he was a U.S. spook. Okay. Another 0%. No one believes he was an innocent patsy. They don't look in his eyes, his little shifty, beady eyes. All that money he got out of nowhere. And innocent. This innocent just doesn't ring and rest his soul. Yeah. All right, here we go. I mean, truly, rest his soul. Once you're done, that's it. You're free. And then, all right, here we go. Was a sick, weird lone wolf another 0%? And I think they probably would agree with sick and weird, but it's the lone wolf part, right? It's the lone wolf part that they probably, yeah. Okay. So let's go with the ones that have gotten percentages. That only leaves us with 2. 33% of the respondents, Self, they feel like Jeffrey Epstein, and I wish America was listening to the bots, the AI. 33% of the people in this country, any foreigners out there listening, and these are educated people in that chat. Some are from the low end. They're still smart. We got some thugs, and we got some doctors, engineers, and high thoughts. But 33% of them says that this man is still alive. Mind-boggling. Finally, Self, 67%, I'm sure you already did the math, believe that Jeffrey Epstein does work for the elite, i.e. Aluma Booty. Now, after we just did this show, it is, I believe he works for the Israeli Special Force, version of the CIA. That's what I believe, which is still the security arm for the what? The Lumaboo. Yeah.
And I think he's still alive too. But I mean, the better choice for me was that he's a spook.
Really?
But yeah.
Yeah, that is true. I got to start getting like A and C or something like that, because you're right. I do feel like he was working for the elite. Again, I feel like he was working for the Israelis, their shadow government, and they aren't working for the people.
No.
And I feel like he's alive.
Yeah.
Remember how they swept that under the table? It was a big investigation, and the guards and heads are gonna roll. And nothing. Nothing.
Yeah. Allegedly, just my opinion,
But he's got enough money, Self. I mean, all right. And we're wrapping up. Let's say if you were a guard in there and he said, hey, listen, I can't do this. No, not another day. I got 500 grand unmarked bills. My lawyer's gonna, get it over to you. Just bring me some Harold's chicken and Giordano's and, some sleeping pills, and have some Pookies or somebody come here and offer me overnight. In other words, give me enough pills to die from the pills, and then hang me up there after I'm gone. And then, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that's what happened. And then y'all can draw it up as, but then why would you hang yourself? Because that protects them, because how do you get the pill? I mean, if you got money, you should be able to pay for somebody to off you.
Yeah, you should be able to pay to walk out too. You can pay somebody to off you, then.
I guess the first offer would be, yeah. Keep raising the number. You're right.
And
30 million.
More than the money. He's got his videos and all this evidence.
Correct. Which means somebody very powerful would be like, open that gate for him. But why wouldn't they do it for Juicy Maxwell? Maybe they just haven't done it yet.
Yeah. I mean, if something happens to her, or apparently, I think she's got stuff in place where everything gets released.
And remember, they're appealing, and sometimes you're right, though, Self. They'll wait for it to blow over, and then they'll say, oh, yeah, she was killed. Or they're probably telling her you got to serve at least 4 years. Something like that. And then we'll get you out of there. Yeah. She's not rich no more. All right, bro. I know it's late over there, so let's see here. See where we at. All right, we did our poll results, and the only thing we got to get is the riddle. And we'll do that shortly. What the fuck was I on? All right. All right. So if you guys have any feedback, questions, concerns, or suggestions about this episode or any other episodes, reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you and learn more about your thoughts and opinions. And then we'll get back with you too. We'll run the list up. Once we can find a complete list, I'll get that done for you guys. Until next, stay curious. Until next time, stay curious and keep dreaming. Remember, ask not what culture can do for you, but what you can do for the culture. As always, question everything and everyone. The Self Love Show. This ain't Kansas, Dorothy. This ain't that. Peer down that rabbit hole and do your own research. Use caution, because sometimes when you stare into the abyss, the abyss stares right back at you. Peace, self-love, honor, and respect. All righty. All right, so the riddle for today is, I am taken from a mine and shut up in a wooden case from which I am never released, and I am used by almost every person. What am I? What am I? Maybe you think Iowa test.
Holding a pencil up, it might be pencil lead since you're holding a pencil. Shit, I didn't,
You got it. That's it. Well, at least you got it though from the, you know what I mean? Everybody can't get that. They sit there. The pencil, you keep spelling pencil, I can't think. Stop spelling pencil, I can think. All right, here we go. But I am taken from a mine, and it's graphite, right? Used to be lead. It's graphite. Yeah, it's graphite.
Yeah, so is graphite taken from a mine? That's what I don't know.
Yeah.
But I was thinking lead. But I think you're right. I think it's graphite.
Yeah. And this was done by ChatGPT. They came up with that, bro. The AI. So there you go. You can thank the AI for that one. Yeah. You thank the AI. All right, y'all. Next week, all right, I'm going to work harder at getting our guest in. That was on me. I'm going to work diligently at that. I give you guys my word. We skipped Mouthpiece Included last week, so this Sunday we're going to do the Super Bowl show, which is probably more appropriate anyway, since the what?
Super Bowl is that day.
Yeah, it's actually Sunday. So, yeah, you guys, so definitely pull up on that. We discuss politics. If you do pull up, you definitely want to not forget your yeah.
Don't forget your mouthpiece.
Yeah, don't forget your mouthpiece. You get all wet out. Yeah. Okay. So let's get my music. All right. So this brings me. Oh, it was already sharing. Okay. Yeah. To my personal favorite part of the whole shebang. And that's Wordsmith's final words out there.
Jeffrey Epstein. It's a straight up fiend for the vow. You could be in the state of the now, wondering how his rise came, how he got all that money. Might drive you insane if you don't look and see it's plain to see. He was a spook, hidden in your face just like a gook. I don't know what they saying, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. He was sent here to execute a plan, a mission, against many so-called American citizens and citizens abroad. The man was a fraud. He was a setup. Many people are so scared that's running shit. That's why they got the whole list under lock and key. It's been way too much side of me for them to release it, police it.
Really
Because
cool.
they talk about a lot of underage girls, but they don't say nothing about the underage boys. It's all been going on. The pedophiles are running wild. The whole wild, foul behavior has been allowed for way too long. The elite does it daily. It's on public display each and every day. Look how the children dress. It's truly a mess. So what we need to do is pursue a higher level of what to do, procedures of how to act, pass it down so the impact change over the future. Because there's a lot going wrong. Gotta change it up so Epstein Island never happens again. So it's not just transition to another person doing it over again. We have to protect our children by all means and vary all the ends. Words.
Thought you was gonna end it with, in my hat is 10. Yes, sir. Words. All right, y'all. Y'all know how he do. That's how we do. Big up Ka Zodiac, man. Know thyself. Y'all check him out.
Do you think you are the one?
Honestly, I don't know.
No, I don't know why.
You know what that means? It's Latin. Means know thyself.
Oh, said no so. Bullets. A boomerang.
Stand your ground.
Murder. It's suicide.
Yeah, an eye for an eye.
Silence. It's violence.
If you see something, say something.
Buck 12. Slave fear. Greed, plus ego, over fear, and slavery.
Charity plus humility times love, freedom.
Lyrics for the stick up, kids storm for a stick up. I came in the elevator, world, my heart would never give up. My mind forever focused, there's a time for every lotus. Until it's yours, we breaking and
Don't
keep shining so they know.
answer questions, man.
Man, at the same time, question everything.
Man, know thyself. I will eat the right foods that I grow myself.
Fear is cap. It's an illusion.
Practice love.
I will eat the right foods that I grow myself.
And forgiveness is love's highest vibration.
So do something charitable for a so-called enemy and end the beef.
Do it now. Life is precious. Healthy people heal thy people.
Because we know for sure hurt people gonna try to hurt people.
Free. Larry Hoover. Free all the guys, man.
Prison and slavery.
You better check that. 13th Amendment. And be Yahusha. Walk on water.
Yes, sir, man. Move mountains.
Man, bro, I was talking to a young man. He had just got out the joint. I told that man prison and slavery. He was like, yeah, I know, I was in there. I was like, no, literally. I was like, man, broke down the 13th Amendment, pulled up. He was like, thanks for telling me that, bro. Yeah.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret.
No, literally slavery. So when you're in there, you don't know we can do our time, we can walk our bid. No
one can tell when you're in love, you just know it.
It was like it woke him up.
Through and through.
Yeah.
Balls to bones.
Yeah, his girl thanked me.
All we need is the faith of a mustard seed, and it's getting short about a week.
We need to let our people know